Well, as last we left off, things happened, and there were dice not thrown, and potatoes were not killed in the making of this adventure.
But
Just apples.
Just apples.
Apples.
So far, apples and their victims.
Yes, actual victims. Well, speaking of which, so the adventurers got into the city of Aldor, where they were attacked by a guy who was basically wanting apples. And it was all basically drugged out, chewing on apples he could find. And he found out apples were not allowed in the city whatsoever. And they confiscated all your apples and took them into the guard. And then they escorted you guys to various areas. And they found out that a bunch of elves had gone missing within the city. And that the elves had been making some sort of magic apple. As you went to the Moorish temple to deliver the head of the necromancer, Victor.
Hey, he's a Vigo.
Vigo, yes.
Isn't he Vigo the Butch?
Yes, Vigo the Butch. He's the big guy.
You know why? You know why they didn't allow apples into the city?
Why?
The city had windows.
You deserve that.
That would be good, right? Yeah. Very good. You can sell bacon one So, yes, so anyway,
2 fate points. Yeah.
on the way there, you were almost attacked by a mob, but Carter started a song, and everyone's like, yeah, man, I love her. She sounds cool. So you got enough time to get away. And it's like you said, you went to the Moorish temple, you found out that the bodies, those that were drugged
That
up,
was for
had some
thorn
sort of
dogs.
green and
Yeah.
blue
That was bad.
fungus in their body that deteriorates their body until they just die.
He threw a dice at him for you, Thornda.
And then you kind of split off. You two went to the library, bookstore, and you found out that your fiance was in there very often, and that his hanger-on, what was her name?
Side chick. Greta Van Fleet.
Yes, Greta Van Fleet.
What?
She was very, very.
Welcome back, Chloe Zach.
Wow. Welcome back, Fluid Sack.
No.
It sounded like, welcome back, Fluid Sack. I'm like, what?
Hi, everybody.
I lost my pencil again because the Fluid Sack threw me off.
Flow with Zach.
Flow with Zach, not Fluid Sack. Very important to get the name right. Especially in the interview.
That's why we don't let
So
Mike
there's
read
all
these.
3 chats. But
Right, sit down your computer.
We figure it out in the end.
Yes, so we found out that he had come in quite mad because he had
Yeah,
basically disbarred from the college because he had basically attacked another professor. And that was the claim, and then he was being investigated and a lot of other things, and then he disappeared, and then the one girl was trying to defend him and some other students, but last time he was in was what, a couple weeks ago, I believe, and then he had disappeared.
Aaron says hello
Hello!
Hi, Aaron.
on Facebook.
On the Facebook, welcome, I'm good to see you. Have a happy day.
Yeah, come on to Facebook.
Oh, good. Good for you. You come right there and do all your business right there on the Facebook.
Oh, Lord.
You got some of your candy wipes and
Yes, we got the
I can
tissues.
see that.
Holy crap.
We're ready for you now.
This is like trying to go to work every morning.
Yeah. So happy about it. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. So then after that, you went to the Moorish temple. You basically got some stuff done. Asking about getting promoted in your skills. Talked about stuff. Went next door, across the street, and you all bought a bunch of equipment. Upgraded. Then you decided to.
Aaron likes your Deadpool shirt.
You were going.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
And found my
Actually, it was a complete mistake that I even grabbed this because I just grabbed a black shirt and threw it on and went around the door. I saw it.
What's that name?
Oh, Deadpool on.
Hey, you go to Jimmy Chana.
Yeah.
our family.
Well, hello.
Yeah. Barbarian.
Pavilion.
And he was a half-elf. And then you bought his dagger back. No, Pavilion was half-elf. He was half. He said his ears were more rounded That was pointed
Oh,
at
did I state that? Okay, so we're both half elves. Okay.
Yeah. So Farfelian, no, your fiance is full elf.
Yeah, that's Farfelian.
Yeah.
That's Farfelian.
No, the other guy, the guy that sold the die. He's
Oh!
yes.
Oh, I gotta find
That was
Eldraine. Eldraine.
yeah,
Eldraine.
Eldraine.
To which I wrote a little ditty,
Yeah.
and,
A
performed
little
it.
ditty.
Had an interesting reception.
Yes.
I wasn't tomatoed off the stage.
Nope. You actually found out that there were 3 gangs that were kind of selling these apples or looking for elves, if you had any. And I'm trying to find my notes. There we go. We had the 3 T's. 4 nuts and the middleman's. But they were the ones offering rewards for elves, as far as that one getting in, and then you also found that the gang, he wanted Ildrain for owing him money. So anyway, you guys left there. That was where you went to the dropped off the ale to the halfling, went on down the road, and you were going to
The Notting Inn.
you went to the Naughty Nymph, talked with there, and then you got basically hired to put the showrunner, play on the stage that night, and then talk. And the Draknor's other dwarven
Oh yeah.
halfling, basically you kind of talked to them. The thing, he wanted to take you in the pit, fight you, but he said no. And you guys left there, and then you went over to, I think,
The hotel.
the hotel. Now you were going there for,
The ambassador.
you were looking.
Yeah, we were looking for the ambassador.
And you ended up getting a room, and then you found out that his room was trashed. You went in there, rolled really well, and you found
Clues.
clues. And you found out there was a dark elf blueprint and coming into the window, but then you also found somebody broke into the door. And
All this happened while I was gone. I better pay attention.
yeah, so when you were in there, you actually found that there was some sort of flower up against the headboard, and when you removed it, it opened up and released a pollen that she was very allergic to. And she had to leave the room and go down the hallway and wash her face off because it really made her
Yeah.
hack and cough and wheeze. The rest of you guys were okay.
Weren't even affected, really.
No, you were just kind of like, no. But you noticed
It's like a genetically modified elf killer.
Did you know the flower? I think you rolled you or something.
I don't remember if I rolled or not. I think I guessed it was something bane against elves of some kind.
Elf vein. Damn.
Yeah.
You know the team were in that day rather than you. So.
Yeah.
And I think you guys were going, I can't remember where you were going to head after this. So we can pick it up from there pretty much. I'm going to do something really quickly. Can you raise in?
Me?
Yes. So,
Raisin? I sound like.
basically, in the northern party, as you recall,
Yeah.
last year you knew Lucas and Dark
He doesn't
Hand
have his
left,
earphones on.
and you continued north. And Lucas is very fantastic. Now, for some reason, last thing you kind of remember, and this is kind of a cheat, but this one's going to be,
Got flattened.
is you
Got
went
kept up on
north.
20 years.
You went north, and as you went farther north, it got more foggy and more it's like kind of like England in a nice spring day where you couldn't see anything, and it was just moist and lots of dead trees, and just that stranger and stranger went. You started encountering strange creatures. I mean, things you've never seen before. You were assuming they were chaos, but they were like what they were from like almost like an alien world. You thought they were chaos, but they were actually from other worlds. So it's like you saw like a woolly mammoth and some other stuff. Eventually, when you came through the gate in Knoll. There's a gate in there that Victor Von Release. And yes, I want to prove that the elves made the magic with his father. Remember, you were with him and he got hit in the head and he was unconscious and you were trying to get him up
You
north.
trying to get me to remember something 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So you were on this adventure because this Victor Von Release was convinced that elves had taught him magic back in the day. And he had ledgers saying that there was somewhere up north. And you went with him on this adventure. And you had Lucas, and you had the Dark Man, and the other people that
Actually,
had.
Darkman wasn't there.
Okay, who was your character then? Oh, yeah, the dwarf.
I didn't have anybody when she was there. I wasn't even in it.
All right, so never mind. Brad wasn't there.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys.
Moist.
I said moist.
He said moist.
I said moist and moistness. You went north and it started getting more. And you had a character, Flat Top. And you don't really recall the fights that happened after that because when you got there, you just had these weird images of some sort of high elf. Some weird psychedelic place where, you know,
Psychedelic high.
He was a really high elf.
yeah,
He was the highest. He might have been the highest.
and it was almost like there were like rocks floating in the air, like planeal, like here would be a house, and then you'd have to hop over here to this. And it was like you were between dimensions or something. All you know, you're just like it's really boggles your mind. But there was something horrific that happened there that you helped stop. The police came to, and during this event, and you remember seeing. I'm having a blank. Your gods, Grimnir, right?
Yeah, Grimnir.
You remember seeing Grimnir there, the dwarvish god. He was somehow there, and you remember somehow seeing him or talking with him or something. But then you were blown through these gates,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, you wake up in Newell, floating through this archway, which looks like a Stargate, basically, from the old TV show, but it's like an archway. And you plop through with Victor Ronalise and his daughter, and
But us.
flat toss. And then I think, yeah, that was it.
Okay.
And when you came to, most of you guys had no memory of really what had happened, but you met Orin and the other elves at that time. So Orin, which is your character,
Yeah.
he was
I was gonna
basically,
say, I definitely was not playing or I never played before.
I know, but I'm just telling you what had happened.
Yeah.
So basically, Orin was at the gate, and the gate, that's what had happened is the elves had come back to this world because these gates, which they were able to force shut down eons ago, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, they had been reactivated. They knew where they were. They came back to help protect them. And Von Melisse's house, his fireplace, was basically one of those gates.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
And then the emperor basically, they went to the emperor and said, "We want this thing. We have a deed from Sigmar himself, saying this land is yours whenever the time comes."
This land is your land.
So they really couldn't dispute it. And then
Wait, I'm the
a lot of
DM. I love that name.
A lot of the wizards and stuff were upset because the elves returned, and they went and basically set up their embassy next to the illusionary college. And then Valise had written a whole thing about how the elves were responsible for magic, and he had made a big deal about it back in the day. And he'd been kicked out of colleges and all this other stuff. Well, then all of a sudden he comes back with the elves. And so now it's kind of like, well, what's going on here? And then all this other stuff happened in Newell. Boo. And there's basically some people are blaming the elves showed up, and then a bunch of chaos attacked Newell, and a bunch of other stuff happened, like some high dark elves attacked the Empress's cousin during a wedding, during a ceremony. So a lot of people are having anti-elf animosity towards that race, even though they
Any elf.
anti-elf. Yes.
Anti-elf.
Yeah. Any elf.
So when you arrive, you don't really remember a lot of what's happened. So when I tell you something, you'll have that dream pop back. Now, you remember anything from Empire in Flames back in the day? Your mentor through the Blackfire Pass and all that stuff. She was in that, but she not. Right?
Yeah, she was in
Don't
there.
drink the water and the dragon.
Oh yeah, don't drink the water and try to shoot somebody, one of my teammates with my arrow.
Yes. So when that was all done, you helped save the Empire,
Yes.
and then you were
And
given.
Dwayne Barr asked me to marry him, or at least become his mate.
Yes. Then you were also given the grant. You were head of the Game Masters, I think she was. She took that title.
Masters?
Game Masters.
The Game Masters?
That's right.
Game Masters. The Thunders.
Oh, I don't know.
That was one of the titles, and I think she took that.
Oh, okay,
She was the only
maybe.
elf.
Maybe.
Yeah, I got some kind of title.
Yeah, that's what you got. So basically, you have a title within
I love them too, Aaron.
basically saying that you're like,
Well, it wouldn't have been the game master because she doesn't shoot animals.
Yeah, but you protect them. That's what a game master does.
Oh, I protect them. Yes.
It's kind of like
I thought it was like
so
the
that
hunt.
the king can go hunt them.
yes,
Yeah.
but you protect the land from poachers is what you do.
Yeah, I do.
So you're kind of one of the
Protect the land from poached eggs.
Just think of I like to think of them more as like the Rangers, kind of like what's his name, Aragorn. Kind of thing. So you do stuff, and you're liaison to the elves.
Yogi Bear.
I'm from Yogi Bear.
The Ranger.
Oh.
Rangers.
Yogi.
You're not gonna like this, Yogi. Look, Ranger, move!
He doesn't know.
They do.
I got a
I
nice
afraid
good
myself
thing
from killing the
That's
king when
okay,
he comes
that's
up to
good.
kill his own animals.
But anyway, you went off on this adventure before, so you've not been around for some time. And then recently, I said you came back through the gates. Bally's basically lost his house, so he's having to find a new home. But the house elves are happy to help him. It's his house, and since he's been pretty open about that, he's fine. I'm gonna say I thought something through the gates, and the elves were basically put you in jail for a while.
Yeah,
because
probably.
you were dark elves.
Well, that guy's gone.
Yeah. And then
I'm not that kind of dark elf.
once they found out you were that, but you've been this whole thing really just messed your mind going through the gates and wherever you went. You just
Well, I lost a hand at one point.
and you're just kind of still reeling from that. Back to you, Raisin. Basically, he's been really sick, and the High Elves have been taking care of him for a while. He was in prison because he was dark elf. Then, but anyway, you did receive word that elves have been disappearing in Altdorf, and there's some sort of thing going on there. There was an elf who actually petitioned you. It was unfamiliar with him, and his name was
Bartholomew?
yes. And he was a held in the college, and they said he was being framed for an attack on his person, and that there is some sort of plan in the works to defile the elves, and that someone should come here from the DLE and help defend his honor and the honor of all elves. It was a very nice letter. And so the high elves included Orin and yourself, since you are basically in the court of the Emperor himself as their gatekeeper, Ranger, to go up there and look into this if this is actually a real thing or not. So,
Okay.
and you guys headed into Altdorf. You just kind of got in. You got a nice room at the
Copacabana.
Coco Cabana, and you basically got a lot of letters that you were supposed to return to court. And it's like, where have you been? And report. Because you've been gone for several months after your event.
We days, sometimes hours even.
About almost a year. It's been almost a year since you were.
Perhaps a couple decades.
So
Maybe even a few centuries.
When you came into the city, they were basically like, oh, and then you got message word to basically the palace would like to see you and it's reporting what you've been doing. Or if there's anything, you have a job, you have to go report to work,
Yeah.
fill out paperwork. So to say, well, I was doing
Okay, this work for home thing is up to done.
Yeah, we need to report in once in a while.
Your tree thing doesn't work.
And we lost 3 deer and a goat. And why weren't you there to protect them? Now the emperor had to go. And
The really weird thing was the 3 deer and the goat were all found together
with pants on.
with their pants on.
Put their pants on and a cake and some sort of
And all wearing party hats. Backwards.
The human pinata.
Oh,
Orin. I'm gonna say Orin for that day. You guys checked in, and you got
So I left Blatok behind being cared for when he
Yeah.
was
Yes,
sick. He's
'cause
also
he's-
been.
yeah. He's sick. There's not much you can do. They're doing the best they can for him. He doesn't even know where he's at. He has Alzheimer's right now. There's nothing you can really do for him. He's been like that for weeks. Some sort of magical backlash. Yeah. So there's not much.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, Alzheimer's. And then you end up going to the court, and then you've been doing that for like a couple days. Running around the court and doing this and some other things you've been looking into. And then you been trying to track down this Farfellian,
Right.
but you found out he's gone missing, and you kind of know just about as much as we do. They know more than you, actually.
Yeah.
But you've been knowing that there is a lot of racism going on like that.
Right.
And then you also, both of you seem to be questioning a lot what you're doing in the city, especially by some of the politicians and the Wizards Guild came to you guys and questioned you heavily of what you were doing in the city and what your policies here. And they kept asking you lots of questions, and you had it almost to the point, Razan, I know you would got to getting pissed because they're asking like, "What are you doing here? What's going on? What are they doing down there?" And it was especially what was his name? Galden.
Your headquarters on fire.
Golding or Grodell? Grodell is Sartonian attorney, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're talking about who?
Oh, this is somebody you guys haven't met yet.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. That's it. Probably. And then his name was Haldas Abaknon. He was on the head of the Red Fire Majors Guild, and he seemed to be really intense on courting you on separate occasions, just grilling you guys for what the heck was going on.
Okay.
And what you're doing here, and then they were asking you questions that they had no business knowing, like what happened down in the Empire, which remember there was like that thing came in, and chaos, remember back in the city, almost got destroyed.
Yeah.
The Emperor himself was there to help fight that off.
Yeah.
But he seemed to know about it and like what the elves did to some of it. You were in these interrogations for some time,
Right.
and it was very, very. Go ahead and roll your willpower, please.
Would my saying that I came from the Emperor have any effect?
It does for you more than Orin, and eventually you can just use your tactic to get away from it. But he does seem to grill you on different occasions, and then you're not. When you let's talk to Orin again, you can find out that basically he cornered him in a room and wouldn't let him out, and then basically grilled him to death. You was basically kept hounding you and other people hounding you while you're all running around where you weren't around people. So definitely something's going on where we're like, what the heck? So go ahead and roll your willpower.
And that was who?
No, didn't make it.
Lochnar.
Lochnar.
You are pretty much drained from this interrogation to the point where maybe he used magic on you
Warhammer
at some
Fantasy.
point. Maybe got charmed. You're not sure, but
Right.
it was so intense that after several hours, you were just kind of like, I don't know what I said.
Right.
And it kind of disturbed you. And eventually, they release you, and you're kind of away.
Yeah.
But there were some trumped up charges and stuff like that were put upon you, and basically, some other official from the government came in and got you out because it's like, well, he's an ambassador. You have no reason to hold him,
Yeah.
and then they basically let you go, and you were kind of out of it, so you didn't really press charges at that time, and you're heading back to your hotel right now,
Okay.
but you're kind of like, I don't know really what happened. So,
Right.
and then Razan, you're heading back to the hotel as well. It's early afternoon, and basically, you both meet in the lobby, and
Me and Orin.
yeah,
Okay.
and there's a guard at the door, and two guards at the door. There's a bodyguard, but these are like city guards. They kind of eye you for a second, and they're kind of like just eyeing you suspiciously as you kind of come in, and then one of them looks at you, Razan, and it's like, Lady Razan,
Who are you?
I am Pissant Soldier Johnson.
Nice to meet you, Pissant.
Are you Ambassador Orin?
Yes.
Would you please wait here in the lobby for a minute? He said something. He goes upstairs.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, the soldier goes,
I have no
looks
pants.
like your room has been looked through, sir. Guard comes up. You guys are just finishing out in the hallway. You come down there from washing your face. And basically, the guard kind of comes up and he goes like, Captain. It's like, yes, Pissant. He's like,
Bunch of assholes around there.
Ambassador Orin and Lady Razan downstairs. Oh, excellent. Well, have them come up. If you wouldn't mind waiting a few moments. He kind of looks at you guys.
What?
Well, the ambassador and Lady Razan was here.
They had the ride.
They warmed the room.
Oh, right, yeah, sure. What food we went around for a minute or two?
And he kind of goes downstairs. And the captain comes up to you, and comes up. He's like, he gives you a proper bow and a bow to you as well. He's like, I'm honored to meet your presence. Unfortunately, it seems that he kind of lowers his voice. The room has been ransacked.
I would like to try to push him out of the way and run to my room.
You can push past him. He gets out of your way.
All right.
I just
Okay.
think Gavin, she's quite impulsive. I apologize.
There is a flower
That is the perfect word.
and she yells up after you. Says like there was some sort of flower that had a reaction to the other elf that was in the room.
Flower?
Flower.
Yeah.
You couldn't quite hear it because you run up the stairs. You start running up the
I'll
stairs,
run up after her.
and he follows you. You come up, you hear someone bowing up thing, and
Wait, slow down. Slow down.
and you can describe yourselves
Maybe a
as
poison.
you come up to the room and you see these people out in the hallway. Go ahead and describe yourselves.
Raisin is a wood elf. Wood elf, right?
Yep.
She, appears young. 84, so that's young for an elf. 5'11", 150 pounds with long, crazy red hair, like in
Like Brave.
Brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Green eyes, and she has a permanent scar on her cheek.
Those are worse than the temporary scars.
Yeah.
She gets those too. Just wait, you'll see them. And she is not wearing anything leather, like would be normal for you guys. Mostly like it looks like silk and chainmail armor. Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, I have a bow and arrow. And a grappling hook, of course.
tied to your leg. You never know.
Oh, right now I just have my bow and arrow.
With her, you see another fairly young elf, wood elf. He looks 70. He's a little shorter. He's 5'9", 115 pounds, so he's really thin. He also has, like, red hair, and his eyes are kind of a copper color. Kind of a slim build. He's wearing probably what looks like... He's got a chainmail coat and a breastplate and a shield on his back, but it's got a very high elf design to it, even though he's a wood elf. He does have a crossbow, kind of on his belt, hanging from his belt.
Crossbow pistol or just crossbow?
I think. Well, I don't know. It didn't say. So
Hey, Ben's on.
Hi, Ben.
I'm sorry. It must be a regular crossbow. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a crossbow, so it's probably strapped to his back.
Oh, Canada.
He also has an elf bow. He does have rope around the
Does he
side.
have elf rope?
Huh?
Does he have elf rope?
Elfin.
So, does an elbow shoot elves?
Yes.
How much elf it is?
Made out of elf.
You also notice he has on his belt several
An elfin belt?
daggers and two
Elf and daggers.
wood elves.
Oh, well, if I was supposed to say all that, I have a sword, a dagger, knuckle dusters, a whip, a grappling hook,
Handcuffs.
Yeah.
And pancake
and with my
maker.
arrows.
Thank you.
Flap jacket.
Flap jacket.
Obviously,
Espresso machine.
a pack containing all whatever I else carry.
The
And,
growth.
of course, cigars.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Norton has the long red hair, but it's kind of like pulled back, kind of a ponytail and in my hair, so he's just very.
It's that hell with the, I don't know, like a Elvin scrunchy or something.
No, he's got the clip already.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. That way when he
Great.
takes out
He's got a bow.
Fighter.
He's got the huge bow, like
and the game dress.
Oh, God.
the king of dress.
This label is very cool.
Arrows of power.
Boing.
He's actually dressed like Shiva.
Ah!
With sweatbands.
Yeah, with leg warmers. Yeah.
One giant
I don't know why they don't have elves around here. You just have a fashion sense.
That's right.
That's horrid.
We just want to get.
We'll be your friends, Bard the Storyteller.
Yes, we are your friends.
We love
And
Bart.
your enemies.
Frenemies?
Frenemies.
All right. So, and then if you want to describe yourselves again, we haven't done that in a while. So,
Your roommate needs you.
Huh? What?
Oh, nice to meet you.
Dennis left his phone in the kitchen in case he wants it.
Oh, you come on in
please.
there.
Yeah.
Come on.
hold on.
You're safe. We don't have to do any media things or anything.
Okay.
He didn't want to be on. He didn't want to be famous. Oh, speaking of famous. Sorry, never mind. Story for another time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now you got us intrigued.
Friends and enemies. Right.
We were at the
Sign me
grocery
up.
store and she had a Big River t-shirt on. The lady's like, "You were at Big River this year?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Wow, I wanted to go, but I didn't get to go. Have you been there before?" "No, I haven't been there yet." We're like, "Oh, cool."
We'll see you next
We're like, "We do the Nerf duels." She's like, "Oh, I love the video with all pirates were like Captain Sparrow." We're like, "We were in there."
Anyway,
Very much.
Sorry.
Yes. So you see that in yourselves. You see 3 dwarves. I don't know if you want to do.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Description.
Yeah, if you want, real quick.
Yeah. Well, I get a picture.
Are you playing 2 characters?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Probably end up 3. It's not the first time. I can have conversations with myself. Anyway, Dolgogeth is a dark elf. He's got long.
He was the guy that was with us before, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one you've been traveling with.
Yeah.
hey, we would love to see you, Thorn to Fox, at Big River.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that'd
Just
be
stop
awesome.
us. We're hoping to have
Yeah.
a show.
Make sure you say hi to her.
We're hoping that we'll be able to put on a show next year.
He's got long black hair with some white streaks in it.
Crap, we're going to get scripted.
See, his eyes are kind of a violet color. He's about
Still have to be scripted.
175 pounds.
I will not say the R word.
Right.
No P words, no R words.
He's got a sleeve mail shirt with like a metal coif
F words
on
are
right
fine.
now to hide his ears.
Right.
He's got a one-handed mace, a sword, and a pair of knuckle dusters that look very dwarvish. That he's probably actually wearing them right now. And then he's got like a sling bag. Did you hear any of that? Did you care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hookers and blow popped up. Hang on, I gotta fix it.
Just blow.
That's the other game group.
Okay.
That's fine.
You're gaming group.
Real quick. Wait. Describe yourself.
All right. Dwarf, 5'2", 154 pounds, about 87. Brown hair, hazel eyes. It's got an axe, quarterstaff, a crossbow, a 2-handed axe. It's very ornate.
Yes, it is.
Bonjour, Angle. What?
Helmet,
Ben's gone.
mail coat, and shield. Faintly nautical air.
Nautical.
Yeah, 'cause he's a
Is
marine.
it nautical? I'm sorry, Ben's gone batshit.
Bonsoir and anal.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, anal.
Well, he's French Canadian. And he's awesome.
Spell the word anal.
ANAL, isn't that anal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ben!
That's just the way they do it up there.
Oh,
He's
those
not bad.
Canadians, eh?
I don't speak French, but that looks like a butt to me.
but yes, Marine.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Brad.
Dwarf, about 130 pounds, 5 feet tall. He's got the mohawk.
Torn the
Kinda like
fuck, yeah, that is.
dark with a little bit of gray in it. Not
You know who she is.
colorful or anything. A bunch of tattoos
Yeah.
on his face
She's
and
the one that runs
arms.
around with a fox cosplay.
And he's got 2 double-handed axe and then the long sword now. So
What's
it's
her name?
like coming out on each.
Oh, okay. So he's got.
And then he's got chainmail coat on, and then a brand new kind of like breastplate, but it's not unadorned or anything like that. Nothing special.
Rob.
Here in town?
I didn't do it.
You describe yourself.
Oh, well, I'm 7 foot tall. Got long, kind of brownish hair.
Not you. Not you, your character.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm playing Gruffiest Cake Thumper.
You're 7 foot tall.
Right.
He's like Charity thinks he's a
He's a tunnel fighter, a neutral aligned dwarf, about 58 years old, 4'10", 182 pounds. He's kind of different though because he has white, just pure white, like almost pearlescent hair in his beard and his head, and he has violet eyes.
Violent eyes?
Violent eyes.
Might be more. Yeah.
Well, they're eye blinking.
His description is thick and muscular with, the hair I just talked about. He wears his beard in 2 big braids. The big mustache comes down also in 2 braids. And his armor is not, he has he has full plate armor that he wears, but he doesn't wear it all the time. It's dwarven, but it's weird. It's like there's something just not right about it. Or not right, but it's just different. Like
What?
almost like it's from a different country or something.
Oh, the armor?
Yeah, his armor in particular. It's dwarven in nature, but it's like if there's dwarven runes on it, there might be some that you can start to read, and then you're like, then it turns into gibberish. Like what the what? So that's
That's
Gruffiest.
wish.
Ye old wish. Thank you.
Old wish.
Yes.
Rob, are you really 7 foot tall?
Huh? Are you at?
Or
Oh.
the Fox wants to know if you're really 7
Yes, I'm 7 foot tall. Gee, you know.
He's nearly 6'11" and a half. Oh.
I started out 7 foot in the morning, and I'm about 6'10" by midday.
There you go.
He's not actually even sitting in a chair. He's just down on his knee.
Yeah, I just learned to hover. It's bad gas.
He's
It's
the
wonderful.
worst sundial ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture with you and Doug with Dale in the middle, he looks like a little kitty.
I feel like I'm standing in a bloody well.
It's like Andre and then what's his name with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, I can't lie. I'm only 6'12".
At least 6 foot tall.
And last but not least, there is another elf here.
Terrestrial, half wood elf. Mostly as you see me, 6'2", age 80, 110 pounds, black hair, dichromatic eyes, green and silver. Basically, I'm a minstrel. And
Cycle.
I've got, I do have a
Last
sword, I do
comment.
have a cross, I do
You
have a
can sit on the
bow,
floor and still look over the table
and a couple of knives about my
Where's that at? Oh,
on TikTok.
yes, I can, Thorne.
My betrothed is missing. One of the ones, the elves, he's a pile of,
You do what?
he's wood elf.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He's a wooden elf.
he's a full wood elf, and I love him to death.
Love that
But
elvish
the, was in the Magic Academy, and he got in a physical for one of the professors and kicked him out, and since he's been gone missing, in the midst of all this apple hurrah.
That's that one. They're just
they're all-
right now. When you do come up and you said something during you stop, there's something about this dwarf. When you look at him, Brad's dwarf, and when you look at him, it's like there's something familiar about him, and you instantly feel drawn to him.
Bow, bow.
Brown chicken, brown
It's like-
cow.
it's like familiar
You
about
want to
him.
motivate.
Who are you attracted to?
I'm attracted to him.
But at the same time, it's like, well, there's Trump. Dwinbar. It's like, does he look like Dwinbar? Well, no, but there's something about it that seems okay. You just have this gut feeling, your instinct is
Like maybe I'm mistaken for Dwinbar at first.
yeah, first, and then you're just kind of like, well, he seems okay. There's just something about it that just feels good, right about it. You don't know what it
It's
is.
the troll slayer.
Musk.
Yeah, we have the guts hanging off his beard.
It's a stank.
So if I
going to
see
good
him, I
thing.
might I'll look at you and be like, kind of smirk and then go,
Anyway, you stopped her to say something in the hallway. And the captain's coming up the stairs behind, saying, wait, don't go in there.
The captain said it could be poisonous to elves. Maybe we should wait before we rush in.
Only fools rush in.
You're in the
She's a
hallway.
fool.
Go ahead and roll your toughnesses, you two, in the hallway.
Oh, I don't have.
You need dice to play the
Remember your
You need dice for the tabletopping.
I was just gonna roleplay the whole thing.
And you, I don't think
Use here, dark.
I missed again.
Oh, I win every time. It's weird. I don't understand.
I'm sorry.
You're reading backwards.
Oh, no.
Yep, looks like it.
You need more bags.
I do.
Well, she's got.
I'll roll this one.
Scrotums within
Sheesh.
scrotums.
Scrotums within scrotums. That's what I have.
Keep your scrotums in your scrotums.
I'm not even
Okay,
sure
what am I
if
doing?
medical science can fix that.
No, you have
I have two different colors.
Yeah. Oh, you do have 2 different colors.
Yes, I do. Of course I do. I haven't seen anything.
Whichever one's 10s.
What it sends.
Okay. Toughness is 40. You haven't taken advanced speech yet, so you can't go by that. So if you have a dash,
Offers
See
the,
what the
Yeah.
so whatever is the bottom line.
Ben offers the only dwarf a beer because he's surrounded by pointy-eared elves.
Only dwarf. There's 3 of us.
Right.
haven't taken.
And Bobby
Oh,
says,
you have.
Anastasia says, Bobby, when he hugs me, Rob is the only man who can totally envelop me. I am not a slim lady by any means. He's definitely 7 foot tall. Oh, yeah. Anastasia.
Okay.
I don't know where the.
34. We both made it.
I thought there was a way to
You
detach
guys
the
get in
chat
there
itself
in the
from
hallway.
the.
Okay, so imagine you guys have allergies yourselves in real life. Okay. When you get in the hallway and you close to the door, your eyes start watering, you start sitting snuffy
Become
nose,
very incontinent.
and you're like, yeah, your bubble pucker. Your tummy.
I'm leaking from orifices.
Yeah, basically you get in the room and you don't know what pollen is in there, but you're like, oh my god, what is that? And then like you see her and she's basically, her eyes are still tearing up, but it looks like she's washed her face. But there's definitely something, and if you get closer to your door, it's stronger. And you know, to the point where you get closer to the door, you don't even know if you can go in there. You'll have to roll your toughness to go in the room. But right now, you basically are having an allergy
We'll
attack.
just stay back here.
Blast you! Blast
And you see
you!
them kind of come up, and he's like, Captain goes up, don't go in there. I think there's some sort of pollen or something. There's a flower of some sorts. I believe one of you has it, or you left it in the room. I think you left. Yeah. Oh, right.
One of these guys wrapped it up, I believe.
Yeah, we did wrap it up.
I think it's in the room.
We practiced safe flowering.
That's good. Don't deflower.
Or safe pollination is definitely key to.
Go ahead and go like, I don't know, but apparently we saw some tracks in there. The room is somewhat ransacked. Look through. This dwarf here was able to see a footprint of what I guess this other said you were Doradel, a Dooku?
Druki.
Druki, thank you, yes.
Kind of like when you bend down, you get a droopy.
Yeah, very, very nasty Druki.
Oh!
You worship the blood god. Oh,
Yeah!
In my Druki.
Oh!
Ooh, that's evil.
That guy on the side of the road in the ramp.
Oh, it's scary.
No, scary. Oh, scary.
Hey, Chickaroo and Moose in real life. Thanks for the likes.
Thank you. We like you too. All right, so yeah, go ahead. It's like and then there was some other thing. I think one of you found a piece of cloth or something. Another.
Man, I don't think we can keep up with the Twitch streaming chat.
Yeah, I know.
Cricket.
That's
It's
why.
always that way.
Is that the one on the right?
That's the one on the far left, right, yeah.
Nobody watches.
Nobody's there.
Yeah, never is. And once in a while you get one or two people.
Right.
Anyway, but anyway, who? Yeah, he's like, I'm not too sure, but I'm not sure if anything's missing. But again, there's this flower. He can't explain the whole thing. You may. I don't know if you wish to go to the room, if there's something you need, or anything like that. If you
Really?
have you seen anything on today? How long have you been out of the room? He kind of steps back more, so you kind of get away from that pollen. If you wish to go into the room, you will have to look up.
Nothing really. Yeah, most of her stuff on is probably.
Yeah.
That's fine. How long have we been out?
All day?
Just to the morning.
All right. Were you here last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just trying to get a time frame to know whenever this will go into.
We were asking Doc.
Oh, yes. You were there for sleep. Early in the morning and had a nice breakfast before everything else went poo-poo.
Thank you, Elvis Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Thank you,
You had a great sleep, man. Yeah. Peanut butter bed, bologna sandwiches.
Peanut butter and belly.
And then we had to
Well, man, it's Middle Ages, you know.
Yeah.
and then we had to go leaving TCB, baby.
Yeah, that's right, man. The elves left the building. Oh. Yeah.
So yes, we've been gone all day.
Well, I'm not sure if there's anything missing. I mean, we'll try and air out the room and get this pollen out of here, but
Any idea? You say maybe dark elvish?
I believe one of the dwarves has the flower.
Oh, yeah, I found the flower. I told her, you investigator here.
Yes, it's quite good to have these dwarves here. Definitely all fine warriors.
Oh, so there was a dog elf in there. And we identified.
All right.
Oh, you know who he is?
Look at that.
Guy, kind of look at that. This fellow here?
Oh, no, that's a different dog elf. That one's not a dog elf at all. He's a decent, well, not good elf, but he's a decent elf.
Well, he's missing.
No, but don't get this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Well, you heard it yourself. The dwarves didn't kill me on sight, so it must be all right. Yeah, well, very well. But there was a different dark elf in here, and you said that's where the flower came from.
Oh, him and someone else.
Someone else.
Oh, we don't know anything about him, though.
Sure.
Could you tell if they were working together, or?
Oh, I doubt it. One came in one way, the other came in the other.
Both coming in all kinds of ways.
Oh,
Interesting. That's not good.
very progressive.
I'll be bringing up the hotel security with the owner.
There's a little guy up there on the perch. Oh, not much of a camera. Some of them are
Gone, Elvin Karen. Wonderful.
See, you know anybody might want to put you to death?
Just about everybody in Altdorf, it seems.
Oh, well, no point in pursuing this case then.
Let's just kill him.
We have been looking into disappearances of some of our kind, and obviously there are parties who wish us not to pursue that. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, we're sort of looking into that.
Really?
Yes, I understand that.
Just the thing with the apples. Where we don't care about the elves.
Oh, okay.
Well, oh, shit, she does.
Your fiance is thing, I presume that is correct.
Yes. That is,
Oh, who's your fiance?
Farfelian.
Oh,
He
that was contact.
was in the,
Barthelian? Asked
Yeah.
to investigate. He actually wrote to Nome, and so he was in, and I was kind of nominated to come
You
investigate.
probably have the letter.
Well, yeah,
It is his handwriting.
I made that.
In his own blood.
what is your specialty or area of expertise?
Charcuterie.
Shrubberies.
Charcuterie.
Well, I'm an ambassador for the High Elves of Nome.
He gets all hell's high. No.
It's like, yo, man, what
I
you
guess you
want?
could say a bit of a.
Got some pollen?
Started out as a bounty hunter and been a bit of a marksman ever since. And Lady Vizen here is the Emperor's game master. Also a ranger. Spent much time outdoors, away from people.
Yes. A lady representing a hero among the people of Aldor. Yes. Again, an honor to meet you again. It has been some time, but glad to have you within our city once again, Lady Vizen.
She actually looks rather uncomfortable.
Why?
What are you doing later?
You!
Run! No.
Trust me, I need
You
it.
don't know what's going to happen. You're gonna die. You're gonna die, son.
But it was fun.
It's the end of you, buddy.
I woke up with this note that says, "You're done. You're screwed."
Yes.
And a whole,
You wake up in a tub full of eyes with a notice and see the doctor immediately.
You may be missing something.
Maybe missing.
there's a hobbit. There's a halfling with you. Well, I don't want to know what happened.
There's halfling in you. I don't want to know what happened.
Yeah.
To run away.
It's horrible. Yeah.
I'm cooking muffins.
Actually, my specialty is a kidney pie.
I'm afraid you'll fresh out.
Yes, we're actually here to look into his disappearance as well as some others, I understand.
Yeah, so we're several. I really don't have gotten any information on all those yet.
I do know there's 8 missing.
I was going to be going to Perkins' mother's manor to speak with her to see if she may be able to spread any light.
Well, if you would like some assistance, since we're looking into the same disappearances, and he's among
You're
them,
more than welcome to join.
maybe it'll help us find.
He's the one that contacted us.
Yes. It is our duty to find him, as well as the others.
Well, if you wish to look at the flower, or I can take it away and have someone else examine it.
I think it's best if someone else examined that. If we had such a bad reaction, I don't want to actually look at the
That's
thing.
cool.
Oh, you want?
The flower. I haven't looked at it to see what type of it might be.
Watch those, since I can't really identify it.
Thank you.
Wow. He snorts it. It's like an apple chaser. I'll look into this.
Put it on its face. See you later.
You don't like to follow me into the dungeon.
Hey, this here. Get rid of this. Yes, my lord. No, he says, well, and then the hotel manager's kind of come up. He's like, I'll have your room aired out and clean, my lady. I don't know if anything's missing.
See that you do.
Yes. If you need something now, I can go in the room and fetch it. But
If they need anything in particular, it's mostly books and notes and things.
All right, sex toys and pudding.
No, those are in my bag.
Oh, right. Pudding's with you.
those are not in my bag. I'm sorry. You've been riding a horse all day or what? No?
Yes. Well, that also.
you do notice, Raisin, you notice this new order does seem kind of fatigued, a little tired, but you're just kind of noticing it now.
It's because it's full of sex toys.
That thing really, I mean, the triple flag, Zegadiced was chaos beast.
Fist-o-matic.
Yeah.
Top secret.
Oh, God.
Well, you guys basically kind of leave the hotel, and they're going to clean up your room and everything else. Pretty much you go out in the street. You're going to head over to his mom's. Okay. Pretty much you head on over there, and it takes a little while. Go to the streets, and you get some nicer little areas, and you come up to her house, which is still fancy because it has a small yard and a garden, and everything else. But you do see out front.
And an apple tree.
You do see out front. You do see basically some more guards. And roll your perceptions, please.
Well, where are we going? To his mother-in-law's house?
Yes, mother-in-law's house.
20, oh yeah.
30 and 32, so both miles made it.
Yeah, I made it.
39.
Roll your perception.
I did not.
I made it.
We're all traveling together.
Anastasia says, I can hear the banjos play. You sure you want to play pretty mild?
Man, you got one too. Ding, 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 ding. We're on the road outdoor. Gonna find out some love.
Ben asked, what's the medieval equivalent of antihistamine?
Meth.
Meth?
I see y'all.
I rolled a 5.
So everybody made it?
No,
You did not?
I did not.
Yeah.
Hello, Jimmy Bimbles. Jimmy
As you
Bimbles.
guys come up, you do see there's a couple guards out front. You do see what appears to be some horses.
Thank you for the likes, Moose, in real life.
Yes, thank you. You do see like a couple other ones, and You do notice there is basically someone coming out, and they're in wizard's robes from one of the colleges, and they seem to be talking to basically one of the guards there. And as you come up, you notice the upstairs windows. One of the windows have been blown out, like the glass has been shattered in one of the rooms. So as you kind of come up, you do see like something's been smashed out, and you see like the cloth catches it for a second, and you notice like all the windows in that room are blown out, and you can see glass.
College. Or where is this?
This is at her house.
Oh,
You approach, and basically you see one of the rooms towards the back, all the window, and there's glass on the ground where they were blown out. And basically you do see like one of the wizard is there, he's talking with a person, and there are guards.
Your nipples are ringing.
Yep. So basically as you approach, you kind of see that. There's some guards in the street and stuff like that. So
start hurrying up there.
okay.
You want me to come out there, or?
He's going to go out to fight someone. We're going to have a rumble in the streets.
Well,
I asked the guards went around out in front of the lady put the window all right.
This is royal business. Please move along, miss.
It's my future mother-in-law.
You're at the emergency room then.
Oh, shit.
All right. All right, Brian?
No, I gotta go.
Oh, everything okay?
No, it's not as good.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay.
Keep us updated,
They're gonna
please.
move her.
Okay.
Keep us updated, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's up?
Huh?
What's up?
Yeah, but they gotta take her to St. Francis.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let us know what's going on.
Okay, if this is going to happen next week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's going to be? Sheesh. Please be careful, Brad.
Alright, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. See you later.
And that switches.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
See you later.
Love
Drive
you.
safe.
Love you.
You love Brad.
Good night.
Well, prayers for Brad.
Yeah.
His family, so. That's not been good. Okay, well, all right. Wow. Yes, you kind of approach, and you say that, and he's like, what is your name?
I'm arrested.
Arrested.
The rest of them.
Hey, Danny Bro's trying to get us to break us out trying to get us to break out in song.
No, what do you do?
Yeah, see that. Yeah,
Well,
Pansy boy.
he heads on back. One of the other guards states it, says, well, wait here. And then he heads back in. He stops and he talks to the one guard that's kind of out front. And Rayzan and Oren, you would recognize him. He's like a high officer or something. He's got like the barrettes on his, like the tassels.
Oh, yeah.
So you would know he's probably in charge, like lieutenant or something. And the wizard and him are talking with another person, which is more just regular fancy clothes, but you're not sure who. And then as they come back, he kind of motions there, and he kind of looks and he eyes you for a second, and then he says something to the wizard, and then he walks up towards the gate. And he walks up, and he's like, good evening, or afternoon, I'm
Just a
sorry.
high officer.
Hi, officer, lieutenant. I'm Lieutenant Drexel. You are Lady Raisin, the gamekeeper?
Yes.
And he kind of bows, gives you respect. And he's like, it is good to meet your acquaintance, my lady. I have heard of your exploits for some time. Did I understand this is your fiance's, your mother-in-law's? Oh?
No, sir, it's for mother-in-law. Can we
my
please come in
apologies.
and check on her welfare?
I see. And you are...
I'm Astro. Betrothed to Orpheum,
And then that goes...
her son.
He looks at you and he's like, Oh yes, there's a painting of you and him in the domicile. Yeah, she painted. Please, let's get off the street.
Please.
Yeah. You kind of go over towards where, off to the side a little bit, not next to the two are talking. The wizard kind of lies to you guys. The other guy just kind of in dark knight's clothing, very merchantman, and he's just kind of eyeing you guys. They're slowly just kind of talking as you walk up. He kind of goes up to the side. He's like, well, I'm sorry to say this, but your mother-in-law is missing. Seems to be some sort of attack.
Missing them too.
Apparently there was some attack here early this morning. Roger, she is missing, and unfortunately, 2 servants were killed.
Oh,
To what?
great.
2 of the servants were killed, which you've met before, so that would have been.
I would have known them.
Yeah.
Household staff.
Yes.
Were the servants human or elf?
But they were human.
It smelled like elves.
No, we live
Probably
in
why they were killed.
All right.
Bridget and Lawrence. Bridget had been there since. She'd been with her since she came to Altdorf long ago, and now she's an older woman, and Lawrence was more of a handyman of sorts. He's the same guy. So, yeah. Reginald was the other servant.
Grocery shop.
He was another servant, and he wasn't there.
Another dice.
So.
That was not where I was aiming.
I'm waiting for you to tell Joe.
He's gonna throw Steve at you.
Steve.
But yes, I'm afraid the servants Reginald and
Steve, you drunk bastard.
Lawrence and
Hand it up.
Bridget had been murdered. Apparently, magic was used involved ever since Rexton of the Wizardry College there. He has come to investigate for his aptitude towards sensing magic, and he can sense that it happened. I am sorry. We are trying to do our best to investigate what had happened. Son wasn't involved in an altercation with the Wizardry School, and we don't know if this is some sort of retribution or other than he was an elf dealing with the other items going on within the city, which I'm sure you're aware of. If you're not,
Don't know how much more retribution they might be able to do. They'd already taken him out of the magic college.
Well, I understand that. I know, again, from what I understand, he attacked one of the higher wizards of prominence there.
Allegedly,
It was witnessed, yes.
it was.
By many witnesses, yes. Magic was involved. Master Vaknar is pressing charges within the city ranks, and so on and so forth about the assault. That's also the man who was
Yeah, I was just
for
thinking. You probably see him get a little bit of a dark look across his face when he mentioned that name.
But in any case, we're going to assure you of utmost. We're doing our best. And I'm glad to see you are with a company of competent-looking warriors and women. That your security would be the utmost. If not, I would recommend attaching a few guard to you, Lady Rosen, and you are Master
Orin Shax.
the ambassador. I see. Well, I can definitely appoint some guards to your protections, and to you as well, my lady, if you wish.
First, is it possible for us to go in and
Yes, we've done our investigation best we can tell. If you would like to come in and see,
is that something you would like to do?
Certainly.
unfortunately, we have not removed the bodies yet. It is quite horrific what has happened to them. So,
So it's a
if you
Tuesday.
get a turn,
After his comment of he being accompanied by prowesses warrior type thing. I would have an arrow on my thing. I'm just going to be twirling it between my fingers.
Yeah. The gods will not be necessary, at least on my behalf. I don't
Very well.
want to do gods well, do you?
Rather not.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at you.
Good Lord, put them back in your head. Okay.
Snake eyes.
Violet eyes, they're chasing you. Okay.
As you kind of approach the house, the one guy kind of nods, and
The merchant guy or the wizard?
the wizard, he kind of nods to the other guy, the merchant.
Everybody's nodding at each other.
Yeah.
It's the land of nods.
Oh,
And he excuses himself. He starts to leave before you guys get to the door.
The wizard?
Yeah. You wish to say anything, or he's going to leave, basically. He just nods at you and just starts to way on his way.
Dolgogeth will actually say something to me. Excuse me, sir.
He kind of stops.
And he still has the coif on to hide his ears. I don't know.
He kind of stops and looks back, you know, in mid-stride.
I understand you sense the magic within.
Yes, yes, there was quite a bit of powerful magic used within the dome style. From what I could gather. The cat looks at you too, and he's like, "It's a magic that is unfamiliar to me. I have sensed it before. Elvish.
Just in my face rise. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me when that
So you think it was elvish magic that did this?
From what I could gather, yes.
Oh, really?
I've made my report to the lieutenant.
So this wizard is human, or
would it
Yes.
be magic put forth as a defense?
No, it was some sort of insulting magic. It's not something I'm familiar with within the college, but I have sensed it before.
so you're from the college? These
Yes.
people know who you are.
And the lieutenant says, "Yes, I summoned Mr. Look in the green here for his expertise in magical things. He's helped us the god many times. Thank you. In fact, he helped in the. He was with me in the world's in
Would I have,
impact or in flames.
would I have met him along the way?
Who?
This thing.
Yeah.
You never met him before.
All right.
He's like, "Well, I made my report. I need to get back." And he's like, "I understand. Thank you for coming."
Is there anyone besides a perception check to scrutinize someone? Would it be a
You can
perception?
roll your intelligence.
Okay, because Orin and Dolgogeth are both like
Okay.
not trusting this guy. Intelligence?
Yeah, I would say, let's do perception. I think perception would be more closer to it.
All right, so Dolgogeth does not make it. Orin does not make it. Looking at it.
Only because I've
They don't
met
trust
him
him.
before, I'm going to also survive him. 20. Yes,
Okay.
I read it.
He seems unnerved and a little upset, and he definitely wants to get out of here as soon as he can. For whatever reason, maybe seeing all of you guys or something, but he definitely wants to leave. So there's some, he doesn't want to be here at all, especially now. So the meter seems to have gotten. When you seem to be cordial talking to the one guy who come up, when you start coming up, he gets very worried. And he basically doesn't want to be here, wants out of here right away. So
Well, as he leaves, when he's out of earshot, he seemed rather uneasy with our presence.
Well, he did say it was a weird magic to him. That could be why, or
Well,
I don't usually trust magic users, so
his feeling.
are you speaking in common or Elvish?
Were you speaking
I wish.
Elvish? Okay.
But his unease was as we approached.
That's what I noticed as well. And there's been so many issues with the high elves and the magicians, the wizards in this area, that I don't know if I trust his judgment or not. Unless there is something that genuinely scared him. I don't trust him either. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. But that's just me. Perhaps he is just wanting to get out of here, unnerved about the whole situation, hoping we don't attack him, but I don't know. I just think that maybe, or it could be that, or it could be that maybe he's helped covering something up that he knows about.
You
I'd like to capture him and interrogate him by ripping off his fingers.
you go ahead and roll your intelligence.
Closest I'll ever get to.
Eckhart, yeah. Eckhart just walked in. Didn't trust it.
All right.
No.
You see the one gentleman the merchant man still kind of standing there, kind of waiting, and then
Damn it.
the lieutenant walks up and kind of just stands by the door while you're
Oh,
talking
shit,
to
it's
each other.
true.
Something happened?
No.
No, it just froze.
Oh, basement again. Yeah.
Still shouldn't.
As you can intimidate, the
Sorry.
merchant man, he's kind of like well built. I mean, still pretty strong looking. Has kind of like almost a beard like you. You know? And he does seem a little salty. He kind of has that sailor look to it. Oh, yeah. And he comes up and he goes, oh, Lady Aspel. It's good to see you, my lady. I'm so sorry to hear what has happened.
Do I know him?
You can roll your intelligence again. I'll give you 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Where your health, you forget things like that. You notice he's a neighbor. He's a neighbor next door, and you've met him a couple times when you go over here. But he's a sailing merchant. You know that much. He kind of goes from here, and he owns boats up at Berrybird, but he has boats along the river and everything else. And he's kind of friends with your mother-in-law. So, but yes. Hey, Trent. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's terrible business. My gosh, the whole family. I'm glad you're here, though. I mean, my goodness. I had no idea how to reach you or anything that's been going on.
Well, I stopped here today to visit Lady Felingio, since she might have had any information that might be able to point us towards the disappearance of her son. But
Well, she's been quite active.
now that, of course, I'm sure, but I was wanting to know what she specifically knew that perhaps had not been disclosed to us.
She hired after everything that happened with, well, he kind of explains a little bit about, her son and having this altercation with this wizard, and there was actually some sort of magical duel or something, and he assaulted various wizards, and he was thrown out of the college, so she hired a lawyer, and she's been trying to clear his name, and that he's been quite upset over the whole situation, and trying to clear his own name, and then he disappeared. And then some girl that hung out with him, one of her hangers-on, showed up, which she's met before. I think what's the name for the notes? Yeah, remember? I don't want to keep forgetting her name.
I'm looking she's a very popular band at the moment.
Yeah. She it would come down quite often, and then she's been trying to help as well, along with some of his friends. But he says everything's been going on with the city and everything else. It's my goodness, it's been horrible. So. Then last night, I heard an explosion of some sorts, and early this morning, and I didn't think too much of it, but then when I came out, I saw the glass, and then I called the guard, and they came over, and they've been investigating it all afternoon, so I came back myself. Apparently, the wizard man there said it was some sort of magic or another. I'm not sure. Said he was some strange flowers or something.
Well then.
And
Yes.
I just give a. You can shut it down.
No, it just shut down on its own.
Okay. Is it not plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a full charge.
Oh well. Over now. Anyway, so
Thank you for your sort of helpfulness. Is there any information on the situation?
he's like, well, not really. I mean, I've heard what's been going on, but he kind of relays what you already know.
Yeah.
People going crazy about it. There's something. Two people are blaming the elves for making the apples, and they're quite bad. And a lot of elves have become missing. The lieutenant says, says 8 elves have been missing. Well, now 9. And, there's not sure what's going on with them, but they seem to be disappearing. So
While they're talking, are there any tracks or anything coming from the house? Like
there's lots of tracks. There's been guards and people coming
people
and
walking all
going.
over?
I mean, you could roll if you have follow trail. You can
Oh, no,
roll.
I don't have that.
Yeah, you'd be minus 40 if you're.
Right.
And there's tons of tracks everywhere. So
Yeah. Everybody been walking all over the evidence. Not like I know that.
then the lieutenant, chimes in from time to time. Yes, we've been looking into this. There seems to be elves missing, and there's this strange going on. And he kind of notices their pins. I said, "Well, I see your old friends of the Temple of Moor. They've been looking into it. There seems to be some sort of fungus or something growing on the bodies of the dead they find."
Right.
Yes, it's quite horrific. Blah blah blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
We wish you could come in again. I apologize for the thing. Is yes, I do not want to go in from what I've heard.
I mean, understandable, but in we go.
Pretty much you go in the front door, which is a nice house, entryway, staircase going up. And as you walk into the door, there is a big trail of blood everywhere.
What's the first step?
Yeah,
To do it.
and you see basically someone, but it looks like he was coming down the stairs or something like that, because he's kind of in his night clothes. And basically there's a young man, and his whole front of his body has been disemboweled and basically shoved across the room. So basically his viscera and his front of half of his whole body, including his rib cage, has been just basically ripped apart in a massive blow, shoving him up into the wall, smashing into the lattice and everything else. It's quite perfect. All your coolnesses. All of you get plus 30 because you're all hardened veterans.
Oh, 16. I got it.
CO?
Yeah. Yeah, plus 30, so whatever you roll is, you mean at what's your stat?
I made it without the bonus.
I made it without it too.
Warren rolled a
So did I.
7, but Gold good enough made it.
Okay. Well, it's horrific, but it's like, okay, well.
So, is this the male servant that you know?
Yes, that was the handyman. That was Lawrence.
Yes.
And he had a look of shock on his face like, oh my! I'm being butchered.
So it's a very violent, very.
You can roll your intelligence.
Yeah.
I will allow you to add 20 because you are basically a combat warrior. So.
Basically?
Yeah.
Gee, thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Combat, you're like an acolyte.
Yeah, you probably would have done this easily.
Yeah.
And you didn't need magic to do
No
it.
backhanded number 4
Even
maneuver.
plus 20. Definitely was a strong blow. You're not sure what hit it. Could have been anything, but it's very hard to tell. Yeah, it was definitely quick and painless by the look on his face. So.
Quick and painful.
Like that. Wow.
It depends on which body part you look at.
Yeah.
Does it look like anything in the room had been used to actually attack him with? Like they picked up a chair or a couch or
You can roll your
a
intelligence.
bust or
Oh, bus.
Bus.
no.
No. The room looks like it normally does. Everything's been moved except some things got knocked over when his viscera went all around the place, but pretty much there's traces of like the people trying to walk through the area, but
I have spot trap. Can I see if maybe there was something that you might have stepped on or?
you can roll that, but it obviously looks more like something hit him. The trap would have been something he was
I was just checking.
Yeah. He goes, the other servant is in the kitchen. And then there was some sort of fight up in her bedroom. Magic was.
Where the explosion took place.
Yes.
I'd check that off.
Which do you go first?
Well,
Kitchen
kitchen
or...
while we're down here and then head upstairs.
All right, well, you walk through and you kind of go into the kitchen, and basically the old lady which has been always kind and friend with you and friends with her for her whole life, for like 50 years, is basically dismembered and placed artistically throughout the room, with her entrails looking almost like a pattern for like the master map, where you have like the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And
entrails will become extrails.
right. And it's basically going all over the place. And again, Lawyer Cool plus 10 this time, because this is a little weird.
07.
You're like, oh,
yeah.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bing, 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 bong, bing.
Yeah.
That's a terrible. Right, grab Thanos' hammer and you shall be avenged.
Everybody made it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say Brad's character did. Now, all gotta stand outside. I'm fishing me off. Goes outside.
Depends.
Okay. But yes, it is like some sort of weird pattern, and just her entrails are tightened and everything else. You can roll your intelligence.
Yes. 46
This means something.
You're looking at it, and this almost looks like an instrument. The organs are tight. It is.
It's in perfect tune.
Boing.
It's out of a tone. In the
What a lovely singing intestine you might have.
So they're actually there's still
roll your
like
willpower.
in her. And
Roll your willpower.
it's gonna be
87. Failed it right off.
16.
All right.
Never mind. I was like, please don't tell me it's
Now,
not
grab
you.
the chopper from Marbury. Damn it.
Yes.
Did not make it. Don't go get a throw.
Okay.
So I think he's probably
Roll your cool, please.
no 95.
All right.
Sheesh.
God, don't
This is really messed up. I'm leaving.
I can't understand this. I'm a dark elf. This ain't right.
This reminds me of my crib. I gotta go.
Speaking of, okay, so who made it? Who did?
Made it.
made it.
I got
Did not make it.
01.
Did not make it.
Yeah.
You start. It just gives off this whine, and it's just you are like you have to leave the room, because it just the tone just pierces your ear, makes your gut turn up. You know, you're just. You know, when somebody does that,
Yeah. Making the feedback.
yeah, you're just like, oh god, you gotta step out.
Yeah. Plug me, mother.
Chopper.
Yeah.
You get that, and then you hold it, and you still feel it vibrating through your hand, and it's almost like hitting your bones, and it just feels sickening. And as that does that, her mouth is moving, like it's chanting something, and as you, Belgarath, are sitting there. And now you've been raised since you were children, or you're
Yeah, he would have been the equivalent of like 7 or 8 human years when he was abandoned. So
okay. So he was
he's
a baby.
old enough to remember the Dark Elf stuff, but his formative years was among humans.
Okay.
So think of it that way.
All right.
He's old enough to remember it, but
You recall this, and as she's moving her mouth, you can almost see her mouth is chanting something the high priestess would say before you were cast out. Remember, and like basically like stabbed you and cut you down the thing because you were inadequate.
yeah.
You know, like the 300 used to throw pit thing, and for whatever reason they got rid of you, and you just remember her voice like that, and the tones and the thing and the vibration just beats your mind, and he just starts like letting out a scream and goes down to his knees and grabbing your forehead, and it's like you just see that and finally you feel that pain of that stab in your chest, and you grab it and hold. You take 5 insanity.
Oh, sweet.
And basically, he crawls up in
Wait
a
a
ball.
minute, roll 100, dude.
Oh boy.
And it starts getting really cold in the room.
What do you get? How many points do we get to take a disorder? Is it 10?
1.
I think it's 10.
Okay, well, I get another disorder.
Okay, we'll figure.
Yeah, we'll figure it up later.
Basically, you go down your knees and basically.
Darko's cool. That shit crazy.
It's my fault this time.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Basically, there's this coldness in the room, and then like your hand starts vibrating, and then it starts dripping blood from your hands and running down your arm like it's just pouring down your arm. And as it pulls to the ground, her lips are keep moving, and then the captain basically stepped back out of the room, grabbing his head. And yeah.
I'm gonna chop the line.
Oh, okay. So we'll go into round. You can go ahead and swing and go ahead and roll the hit. You have basically plus 40. So I'll let you.
Are you
Yeah.
the one that
Plus 40.
Yes.
Okay, so as long as I get below 97,
Yeah. Basically, 86 to 100 is automatic.
86.
You hit. So roll damage. Let's see. You do total. Is that with a new axe?
Yes. One-handed.
One-handed. Ooh, roll again. Roll again.
Roll.
Weapons. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
So you might be able to back it up.
70.
Yes. You did hit normal chance, no bonus.
No.
Okay.
It was with the bonus.
So you slice through it, and basically it cuts it, and at once snaps back, and it flies back, and your hand rips out of your hand. So roll your initiative.
No.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your toughness, please.
It's like getting the power cable. Real
Miss it by 2.
Okay.
That's much.
You might lose a finger.
Oh, does
Broken nail.
that mean she won't be able to play the lute anymore?
Damn it.
Oh.
You take 4 wounds to your hand, and you basically wipes your arm over it. I'm taking care of it. I got no play with it.
Yeah, he did.
But you can, if you want to too. But basically, you whip your arm, kind of like pulling your arm a little bit. You're not going to take any damage, but it's basically really yanked your arm. And it actually slices your hand as it whips through there. It whips around, smacks onto some other stuff. There's still like some other tendons, 2 other major tendons left flipping around. But as soon as that happens, the blood spews all over the place. And then basically, as it pulls to the ground, you see this scaled hand reach out of the blood, puts his hand out, and basically you see this demon thing crawling from the blood as it pours out, and it's basically female looking, almost like the old lady's face, and it has horns, kind of almost like Hellraiser, where it's got the wounded face and the horns pulling its hair, and as it comes out, and you recall fighting one before, that succubus looking kind of one from the high elf in the tavern that ate that guy's face off.
I remember that.
She has this huge, like, long claws dig into the wood as she pulls out of the blood pool, and basically she forces it through, and this giant claw looks like a big crab handle. Basically pulls itself up and out, and she almost just jumps out of the pool and lands on the ground, and it's like this cackle.
I've been to hell. I ain't scared of her.
And you, as part of your insanity too, is you see that thing and just like looking up at you, and it just grins at you and like turns its head almost 180 degrees, cracking, looking at you, and then putting back, and it like. And we go to initiatives. Everyone, first roll your cool.
I'm outside the room, aren't I? Roll anyway.
Go ahead and roll that way.
5, I made it.
Wow.
No, that makes
Oh wait, red is it? Yes, I made it.
I haven't rolled a 9. Yes. Bitch. Golgogeth made it.
Okay. Still kind of like going
Yeah, you don't get to participate.
Now I can just sit here and whimper.
Yeah, you basically
Actually
crawl
beat you.
back.
Did you?
At 4.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm gonna go this
Surprised the elf did it. I was like, my elf was like,
Yeah. The captain basically stumbled back in the doorway, almost bumping into you. You know, like,
Oh, what's going on?
So we're going around. So we get to see that would go to Ray Zanby first.
What am I doing? Initiative.
Actually, I think mine is Warden's is higher.
Oh, is it? I don't have his. I don't have your stats.
There you go. Now, I have a question. His initiative is 87, but he has that ring of the Elven kind, +5. So does that still apply?
Should.
Okay, then his initiative's an 82.
Then he would go first.
Okay. I was wondering about that. Well, he has that ring. That's fine. Okay.
I don't care.
Basically, knock an arrow and
So you draw your bow and arrow.
yeah.
Okay. You do that. Present.
Oh, I was gonna say yeah.
You can't
So if you
say
want weapons, you have to draw your weapon.
Right.
I already have mine out.
Yeah. Yeah. Prepared.
I was getting ready to do that.
Just gotta speak up.
I'm not gonna try my grappling. But, I'm gonna pull out my sword.
Okay. Oh, sword.
Sword.
Now we go to you. What you gonna do?
What's your initiative?
Well, I did not.
36.
36.
Did you make your cool or fail?
No, I failed my cool.
Okay. All right. So you are basically frozen to the spot. What on earth? I don't think you saw the name last time because you went after the priest out the back.
Yeah, you chased the guy.
Yeah, you didn't really see this thing, and this thing just coming out, and it has her face, like, you know, your beloved thing. So you're just kind of frozen, like, what? So can't really do anything. You're just frozen in terror. So then that would go to you.
Swinging.
Okay.
Are you going outside?
Yeah, it's a swing and
Okay.
Made it.
Actually, roll again. I rolled a 6 again.
Made it.
Now that's that new act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the purdy one.
And I'm calling Grimnir's name as I attack too.
Roll percentile.
32.
32. Okay.
Guys, I need to stand up for a bit. You can roll for me
Yep,
for a
that's
little
fine.
while.
Engage the boosters.
Engage booster.
Boosters.
I did that one too, the kid.
All right.
Never forget.
Dude.
Looking off on this. Get ready to stop.
Oh yeah, roll your open skill again. Back it
It
up.
just comes up between our seats. Engage booster. What are you talking about?
Oh, 2.
Okay. That'll do it. That'll help. You did that. Well, you almost feel this might in your hand, and it's almost like some presence is near here, and it almost hears your call, like we heard before, like you're on that battlefield, and you can almost hear that strength, and it comes to you, and like the axe grows. You can roll your perceptions, except for those who did failed to yours. So not you.
Oh,
You can roll.
11.
He doesn't make it.
48.
You can roll again.
No.
Okay. Well, his axe, the face almost angers the carving,
Yeah.
and it has a slight green glow, like Brad's eyes get.
Yeah.
But it's a slight green glow to it, and as he swings it just looks at it like a grin, like whatever. And you whack! It chomps into its chest, and it basically chomps right into the nipple, and it does some damage to it, and it takes a step back, and it like lets out the like whips back, and it's kind of shocked, but you actually wound it heavily. And it sizzles this greenish burn as it burns into it. So yeah.
Roy!
So it in turn attacks back at you,
Yep.
and you wish to dodge. dodge blow or
Yes, I do have dodge blow.
Okay, try and dodge.
And that's the initiative.
Yes, I already have initiative. Give yourself plus 10, right?
All right, so 49 or better. No, 75.
All right. You don't have your shield out, right?
No.
So you take 3.
Okay.
You get a slice. Okay. So that would be. That was its. It did one attack. It seems like it's still like formed in the room, just kind of like that. So it really doesn't attack this round. After that, it kind of like attacks and steps back, like it's still gauging what's kind of going on. Do you have a second attack or not? A2. Do you have any extra, any more attacks?
Yes, actually, I do have another attack.
Okay. And then, so go ahead and roll it. You do get a plus 10, by the way.
And then I get it.
Okay. You don't hit it quite as bad as this time, but you do seem to wound it. But it doesn't seem to be really hurt very much at all.
Yeah.
And but it takes a step back, and it basically is, it kind of like cracks all its bones, like breathes in the air, and the whole temperature of the room cools because it like sucks in all the oxygen, and you almost kind of, and it kind of like, and the long tongue wiggles out like that, looking towards her, and basically it almost flies to her, and it basically like cracks its head, and then you just basically see it like crouch down, and then it just starts to lunge, like raining up a whole bunch of speed.
Okay.
So next round.
I never got a chance to go.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? But you failed by at your British cool though, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I stepped down the hallway.
Yeah, that's. So you're failed that round. So
Oh, okay,
round,
gotcha.
So this round you roll your cool again. So if you failed your cools, go ahead and roll again, please.
18. I didn't fail it.
Now you're
Get that thing.
DL.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so all of you will be able to do something this round coming out. If you kind of stand on your feet because it's someone looking at you, it's you looking.
Yeah.
All right. So now, Orin has initiative. This thing is fast and it seems to be moving quickly, and you can tell this thing. Those of you who fought the other one before, this seems a lot faster and a lot tougher than the midline.
Okay.
So Orin, you're first. You got your bow out.
Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna back as far away as I can, up against, if there's a hallway behind me or something.
They're blocking it. There's a doorway that goes outside, but it's shut.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and get as much distance between them.
You can get in the corner if you want.
Yeah, and basically loosen it up.
Go ahead. Is the arrow magical at all? The bow it shoots from or anything?
The bow is the bow of might. Strength.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. 26.
Yeah.
It like this dinks off the armor, but it does seem a little black. This black blood trailed up. You did wound it a little bit.
Okay.
Because that gives you a +1, I think, damage, right? The might.
It doesn't say anything about damage. Just +5 strength, +10.
Yeah, that's why it gives you a 5. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, got it.
So you seem to have scratched it a little bit, but you know that arrow is also like, gone through a bore before.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that would go to Raisin.
Okay. She, I guess, was going to swing her sword.
Okay.
Oh. Nope. 74.
Okay, she swings and misses. That goes to you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to use Perconan's blade.
Okay, pull that out.
Yeah.
Okay. You can draw it basically at your action, drawing the weapon. So, okay, you get it out. That goes to it. So it will attack you and will hit. You have dodge blow. Dodge blow or parry weapons.
I have parry.
Okay, so you can use his sword to parry with. So you roll your weapon skill,
Okay.
but you get a plus 10 because it's the end of his dagger.
Yes, man.
Okay, so it doesn't claw at you, but you parry it off. That's that attack. And then next initiative goes down to Captain. The Captain is hollering for guards, drawing a sword. What's going on with Grim right now? So, dog out.
Guards. Somebody shouted McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off the floor and
The old dun cow.
Well done, Cal. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, want my sword.
Or was it guards in that?
Yeah, you missed. You missed. It will swing at
Stupid weapon.
nobody because it misses. So swings at you and misses. Now we'll go to what's yours? Yours is 39. Is so yes, you and then Rob.
In Dwarvish, Grimnir take you as that swing. No.
No.
He mispronounced one syllable. He says, Grutnir, take you. All right, draw my axe.
Draw your axe. You can go in the room if you wish, but you won't be able to attack them.
Yep. Step in.
Step in. Okay, so you do that.
I drop in
It attacks.
like a dwarven paratrooper.
Dodge.
Sure. I'll try. Yes.
All
20.
right. Dodge. It does its next attack. Swings at you coming in the room. It misses.
Son of a bitch.
Done 5 attacks so far, just so you know. Okay, you guys next. You get your second attack. Raisin, do you have a second attack? Isn't it?
I have a second attack
I don't
too.
think so.
You have to do next.
You have 3 attacks.
Oh, I have 3 attacks.
You'll have so. Go ahead and go with your.
Well, she's got 3. She's.
Or you go
Okay.
ahead, Raisin.
Attacking with my sword again.
Yep.
Weapon skill. Is that what I'm doing?
Yep. WS.
You said.
Oh, I'm looking at the one.
Yeah,
That'd be even better.
power.
That's better.
Been skill done.
Oh God, no.
Did you fumble?
No, I didn't fumble. I got 98.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble.
Oh.
95, 96 to 100 is fumble. So roll your dex.
Yeah. Should have used my grappling hook. That's always way better. God.
Okay. So you basically go up, you swing at it. It's big pincher arm, grab claw comes around, smacks your hand, stinging your hand for a minute, but it knocks the sword loose, flying back into the back of the room, like sticking in the wall, back behind you, and basically as you come in, it's like boom. Take your hand. For the rest of the round, you're at -5. But you have one more attack, so the only thing you could really do is punch it. So,
Oh, it's not the only thing.
Oh, crazy.
okay. All right. Go ahead, your
Oh, how did you know? No.
okay.
40.
Hit. Jeez. Roll another 6. Go again, buddy.
What?
No.
Still pretty good.
Would that be the same?
All right. Well, you heavily wounded again. It lets out a hissing sound.
What?
Okay.
She swallowed a warp stone.
I know, but you said she's getting better. She listened to Black Toss, but Black Toss was like, don't do that.
He did lose a hand for me.
Yes, he did.
I'm much better now.
You can draw. You can start drawing another weapon if you wish, or you can try and go back and grab your sword.
I've got so many to choose from.
Throw the elf at him.
Hey, which one? Why is the dwarf not in the
I
room
took
yet?
Elven Spear.
What do you mean the dwarf? There's two more.
He just walked in.
Can I throw a dwarf at him?
Pick him up and throw him, yeah.
You have dwarf tossing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yes. You're throwing what? Throwing.
Mike's like, I'm not letting you pull this shit again, Bobby.
If you
Try
had,
and throw it.
if you took Dwarven Spear, you could throw a dwarf.
Dwarven fastball.
The Dwarven fastball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fastball special.
Furball special.
Um,
I'm gonna try to be smart.
Roll your smart.
Nothing seen.
I would like to. I don't know if I would know how to do that. But
What?
is it possible for me to know how to set a trap for this thing?
It would take you too long to set it all up.
Okay.
It's like you're actually out in the woods setting the rope and putting out the thing.
yeah.
By the time the battle's over,
I
you're
haven't
like, I
played
gotta
20 years, so I gotta.
Push it over here. Watch this.
put the dwarf over the trap.
Right.
Come on.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna try to punch her then.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
am I rolling?
You look
You have-
stupid.
Did she? You have street fighting.
Maybe I could try to kick her. Was that better?
Same thing.
Same thing. She does not have street.
So minus 20 your weapon skill. Another minus 5 because your hand. So
No, I would have made it if I wouldn't have my 20.
25 actually.
Oh, yeah, 25. No.
Well, you swing at
Sure.
kick, but just totally miss.
Need to flinch.
It will swing at you and it will hit. You wish to dodge blow.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did she already dodge? No.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, so roll your initiative. Try and dodge.
Oh, and I have dodge blow.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll my initiative to try to dodge. That might be a little easier.
Minus 5.
Minus 5. Okay. Yep. 1!
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Well, you were like 1 foot and you're like, woo, chunk of the head. Woo!
I do have acrobatics, so I look really
And
grateful.
then she
to
swings one more time at her and misses. So it actually had 7 attacks.
Yeah.
So, you know. All right.
Sheesh.
Next round.
Damn.
Okay. All the doors are getting warmed up now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it goes back to Orin.
Dwarven turbine up my ass.
Yeah.
That was a halfling, remember?
Okay.
Hit
Okay.
37. Same being the body.
There's another like scratch.
Okay.
Shrugs it off.
And he has 2 attacks, so on his second attack, he can fire another arrow, can he? No. Okay.
That's only
That's
if
what
the
I
bow
was
allowed.
First attack, cut the hole. Second attack, crawl inside.
Arrows are- Yep.
thinking. Yes.
So then we go to Raisin.
Yes. I want to go try to get my sword.
All right, you run back, roll your strength. Your hand's back to normal now, so just roll your strength. So no penalty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You shoot it out around. You can get one more attack in at the end of the round by the time you grab your sword and turn around.
Okay.
Okay.
Swing again.
First attack, make hole. Second attack, crawl inside.
36, yes.
36. Okay. You go
Make chaos
and it
puppets.
smacks into it, and basically it just bounces off the thing. Like has no effect at all because its dagger is not magical. So basically, it
Did you
just
actually say that to her?
goes in
No,
there and
that's Rob. It's saying in the
almost
body.
bends out of the way.
Not gross
Like you're
to.
hitting concrete, just bong, and your arm whips back and you stumble back.
Oh.
So, you know, it has no effect at all on it.
What? What'd you get? Did you hit her?
I went, I made contact, but it just kind of bounced off.
With
Yeah,
what?
and it's almost like
the knife.
it almost like the steel almost warped as it hit it. Like there's like it's not even there.
Oh, I'm a
It just whoops.
guy in Grimnir too. I didn't realize that. I forgot I was a Grimnir dude too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem that. And when you just press experience, that means unless it's magical, it's probably not going to affect the creature. Don't forget your bowstring is considered magical. All right. So exactly.
Magic weapons brought to the fore.
Okay, so you do that. It attacks you. Totally misses. It goes over and smashes into one of the tendons. And
Excuse me.
She rolled a 97. She comes down near you and scrapes one of the tendons, and then as it does that, that face, like glares out again, and then she screams as well and stumbles back a little bit. But, you know. Huh?
Who screamed?
The creature. She cut one of the tendons of the little thing, and there's like that wong, and you again you're like the ah. But she lets out the mouth of the body lets out a scream, and then she screams a little bit and stumbles back. But the tendon didn't break, but she cut it. She rolled a 97, and I rolled so. Okay. Next,
How many more tendons?
there's at least 2.
Okay.
So she did that. And she has another attack. She swings at you again. Will hit. Do you have dodge blow or not?
Parry.
Okay, try and parry.
Yeah, it's just what my weapon point or
That would be your weapon skill plus 10.
yes.
Perfect sound. So you parry it off.
That's how.
It knocks you back again. Okay. That would go to your first attack.
I'm gonna swing at a tendon.
Okay. Again, this will be plus 20 because you're kind of in combat instead of the 40. So.
Oh yes. Made it normal.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say, what is with you at 6? It must be your birthday in 6.
Yeah.
It's your late birthday present.
Is it the juice right now?
05.
All right. Well, you can, and it basically swacks. Everyone in combat, roll your initiative. Rob, you're not quite in there yet, so you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Made it.
You're basically your dodging blow, basically. Free dodge.
Bill will get 2.
Did that make it?
Yeah.
Then you're the only one who didn't?
Right, my God.
All right, those snapping tendons keep getting you.
Yeah, this one smacks across your face. Oh. And you take a crit.
Oh,
Ethan claws.
Well, keep it magically healed. So you're not scarred for life.
you mean like with a permanent scar? As opposed to be temporary scar.
A glancing blow stuns your victim who may be nothing to parry for the next round.
Oh,
It basically goes up there, slices across your forehead, and smacks your skull, and you stumble back. And
single sorry.
your blood from your eye and from it and everything else. It though lets out a scream, and it like you ever look at a puddle and you throw a pond in it and it shimmers like that.
Oh, purples.
Yeah, and basically blood sploos all around the room, like it just explodes in that puddle, like you took a rock into it, it explodes. So you basically all get war splashed, just
You're
splash.
suddenly in the same ring you feel.
Everyone roll their toughness, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Jeez. A 6 and
Yeah.
Rob, you're still
Damn.
you're plus 10, so
I got it.
okay. All right, you aren't like sickened by it, but it does like get all over you. And the poor captain. Yeah, he made it.
Well, my white hair is now red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take a while to watch that.
Along with every other part of it.
Along with the rest of them.
I think we look pretty much like Ash Williams.
Is there a dwarven blood rage? I thought there was.
Yeah, but there's orcs or stuff like that.
No, it's only if it's orc blood.
So it stumbles back. It takes another blow at you, and it will hit.
All right. Well, I will try to dodge.
Okay. She does seem quite weakened.
No.
Luckily, it's not as bad as it was. You take 3. Oh no, 2. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay. So
You got-
half.
Well, this was
Cut you on your legs. All right, so you're wounded. That was your attack. Rob, you can get in there and get an attack in.
I would love to.
Okay, you're drenched in blood. You're ready to go.
What do I? Weapon skill?
Yep.
100.
No.
Roll your dex.
Look.
Oh.
No, it's human blood slippery as shit. I rolled 100.
No, you roll your dex.
I'll roll my dex.
Yep.
24. Nope. 88.
All right. So you and it's slippery. So you come in. Oh! Oh! Your Peter go. And you hit one of the tendons like on your face.
Clothesline itself.
Clothesline.
Did you ever hit the crotch again? And your axe lands on the ground next to you. You're like, right over that creature. Like, you look up and see your cooch right above you, and it's like winking at her with an eye in there.
Did you ever see Better Off Dead?
Yes.
Remember that? When the guy's like, and just runs
Right, fast and zoom, yeah. That's pretty much what just happened with frickin' this thing had hitting the crotch again. Thank God.
Yeah, had the worst luck in combat.
I'm telling you, his character is just
All right,
cursed.
so Raisin, your second. You got your sword. You can do your one attack, and you can come in and do an attack. You got your sword. I
Yes.
see you get one attack in. So go ahead.
I can get one attack in this at the end.
Yeah. And then you will get your second attack.
Okay, well, I thought I'd hold tendon thing go down, so can I swipe out another one?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Weapon skill?
Yeah. +20.
Plus 20?
Yep.
Oh, thank God. Oh, when was it still wasn't that bad?
no.
Yes.
Yay. All right. Roll again.
Ooh.
The 6th night.
Roll.
Bonus
Roll your weapon skill again.
Normal chance though.
Normal chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Maybe.
Oh, what's that?
Right. You chunk into one of the tendons, and it lights like that. She lets out. The eye bulges out at you as you're.
There's 4 bars winking at me.
He's on the ground.
That's the one behind us. He's just puckering.
This is the Elvis
What do you?
King.
Or do you get your second attack?
Yeah, I'm swinging at the other
I
tendon.
have the dagger. I will stab that shit in the cunt eye.
The clitoris.
He said that
+20.
+20 hit.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. With her hitting it once, and then you go up and hit the other end, and basically, everyone roll their initiative one more time, please.
I'm good.
Nate.
Got mine.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you swallow away this thing, but basically the head's attached this time, so it's like her head's flopping around, whipping around like a mace.
Wow.
The dead woman's head.
Dead woman's head. Basically, it smacks, chunks off, it flies off as it smacks around the room, hitting pots and pans like some sort of crazy Danny Elfman movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi
Sam
movie.
Raimi movie.
And it basically slaps into the sink,
Nice shot.
and it basically lets out a howl, and it's basically kind of like stumbling around. And you see it like,
Thurston or Remy?
huh?
It lets out a howl. Thurston or what?
Oh, God.
Nah, get him.
Yeah, I think this is great. Yeah.
Throw a couple more at him because
Yeah.
they're all over there.
Coconut cream pie. That's it.
Yeah.
Basically, blood spews everywhere again. So everyone roll their initiative one more time.
Holy shit balls. 7.
It's a black hole.
No.
45. Yes, I made it.
Golgotha made it orange.
Okay, so there's so much blood. You fall on the ground, flop down. If you fail, you basically fall on the ground. But it is obviously weakened and screaming that high-pitched whine. Yeah, the poor lieutenant falls into the thing, and another soldier comes sliding in. Wham! And the pole falls unconscious. It's on a 99, so it's horrible.
Damn you, pissant.
All right, next round. Okay, so you come out of your parry, so you're stunned, but you know you're okay now. So Raisin, what do you do? The it is still there. Oh, Orin.
Yeah.
Orin, you have to roll you just basically have to get up. You can't do anything unless you want to try and shoot off the ground.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, go ahead. We'll be at minus 20.
Okay. On the dot.
Okay.
51.
And it like slid right into it, and basically it just sinks almost to the arrow window, and it seems to stumble back more. Doesn't seem to have that armor it had before and everything else, and it seems very weakened. It takes a couple steps back, like it's half stunned, and it's still making out that high pitched squeal. Now it'll go to Brazen.
I'm gonna try to hit her with my sword again.
Okay. Is your sword magic?
Why no?
You can swing, but I just need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
As you go up, and basically as it whaps onto it, it basically almost seems to pass through it. Like she's not even there. Like the sword bends off. And again, remember her saying earlier, magical weapons, the more normal weapons seem to have no effect on it. It just bounces right off.
Okay, I must not have been in the room at the time.
Yeah.
That's fine. So, but it has no effect. You still have other attacks. I'm trying to draw out something else. Okay, and now we'll go to you.
Okay, well, I got to switch to my bow and arrow.
All right, you can do that. You pull it out. You.
Are there any other tendons that are holding this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just needs to be in the pool of blood.
Okay.
Its feet are in the pool, like it's like still in the pool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's gonna take his sword and swing down at the puddle.
Okay, it's sort of magical.
Yeah.
When you do that, your sword hilt disappears, and then basically your hand seems to go somewhere else for a second, and then comes back out. You're covered in blood, but you basically went somewhere else.
Okay. At that point, he's going to invoke his mother. With, please, Mom, save me, you bitch! And he's going to run and hide behind the doors.
Roll your initiative so you don't slip and fall.
A 13.
All right, well, you're like
He actually ice skates over behind the doors.
all right.
He's
So that
traveled
would
with
go
doors. He knows that's the
to
safest place to be.
the captain gets up again. He slid. He was on the ground, so he gets up. And that will go to you.
Yep. I'm gonna have to get up.
Okay, you get up, and you, Rob, you're right underneath. So, and you feel your foot is like down in the floor.
In the floor?
Yeah, and you feel something tickling at your feet.
I'll pull my foot back.
Well, you pull your foot out of the goop, and there's like some little demon creature like grabbing onto your boot and like crawling up your foot. It's like this, looks like a scorpion, and your foot was in the puddle of blood because you're right underneath her hood.
Right.
And basically, as you pull it up, there's like this little demon creature on your foot. Like, you have
Grabs.
you can grab your ass right there. And swing at it.
All right, I'll do that. Now, his battle axe, if you remember when we were doing character generation, there's something about the axe that
Yes.
you didn't tell me what was going on with it.
Right.
So I don't know
Okay.
what's going to happen at this point.
Okay.
As the player, the character just is swinging his battle axe.
Yep.
So, so roll to attack the little demon on my foot.
Yes.
This shit's get
And
weird.
your foot's
Eyeballs and
covered in
JJs
blood.
and little demon. Huh?
Your foot's covered in goop and blood. And
I know.
So.
But don't get confused and lock my leg off. Right. I roll a hit. 56. And my weapon skill is 50, so I missed.
Okay. But it's right on your leg, though, so you can go ahead and I'll say.
I got 2 attacks, so.
You swing. There's not much to that thing, so you pretty much just.
Oh.
And then basically its mouth is its eyes. Or and basically, you just evaporate it as it shoots her off. Basically, like a cockroach. You basically.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
And it just obliterates as you knock it off your foot.
All right.
That was that.
It's called cross crickets. Look out.
So it's got cross current crash. All right, so you have your second attack. What were you going to do?
Me?
Yes.
My pyromania is going to take over. I'm going to light my tinderbox.
Okay, so you're going to stop, get out your tinderbox.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting out your your match and stuff. Okay, go back to you.
Swing.
Okay.
Hey, brother.
Okay. You really just slice into it, and it lets out a howl again, that really high-pitched screaming. And it really wounds it, and it doesn't seem to have that resistance it had before.
Yeah.
So it does try to swing at you, but misses. And it's very sluggish. It's almost like it's somewhere else trying to swing through a pool.
Okay.
I'm also getting out my flash powder.
Okay. Right?
Better wear your flak jacket.
Your second attack?
Yes. I'm gonna hit it in the coochie.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna poke its eye out.
All right.
So unhuman.
-10 for precision.
It's quite unhuman. 4.
Okay. Roll again. Now roll a 6.
11.
Woo!
Oh, I've been working on the chaos beast all the live long day.
I think you just made her pregnant.
You better try to know I. You're a daddy.
I'll pop the optical cherry. Yeah, payback's a bitch when you get smashed in the wiener. This thing's gonna be gruff crotch thumper here in a minute.
This is well, you my goals. You're gonna go like.
Sing like
The
a
eyeball goes.
sing like a soprano, you cunt.
Oh my!
Okay, well, you really just. The eyeball pops, but it's just basically she like closes in on that axe, but it's like
This makes me very happy.
yes. Orin.
Yeah, can I take another shot? I'll do that
It's
again.
on the ground shooting,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
Still -20?
Yes.
No, didn't I?
You fire off. And that would go to Razan. You have your powder and that out.
I would like to set the dead body on fire.
The body is kind of all over the place, so
Right, so everything's on fire. Okay.
Oh.
and it's very wet, so it's probably not going to light because it's very wet. So think blood is making there's blood everywhere, so it's very.
No.
Now you could light the flash powder and make a big explosion if you want to do that. It's blinder, but you can't light.
Blind everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the body was everywhere.
Blood's been
just the head-
spewing
I thought
everywhere,
just the
so it's
head
basically everyone's drenched with water.
Yeah, the whole place is just like
Dripping with
like a
water.
giant blood clot, basically at this point.
Yeah, there's just water, blood everywhere. So it's
Well,
just,
that I didn't know that the body was.
It's like somebody decorated in blood clots.
if you want to change, I'll let you change something since you didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah. One question: who is Torshock?
That was an elf we dealt with a long time ago.
Okay.
Did he give you something?
Symbol of torsion.
It's not like a holy symbol thing.
Yeah. I learned it from one time.
Or it's his home personal number that you can't decipher. Call me sometime.
He doesn't have any followers. It's like, yeah, I'm here.
What do you need?
Yeah.
You again? Okay.
Hey, what's going on? Holy shit, what do you do here?
Jeez, man.
I'm out. What's wrong with you?
I can.
But I guess I wasted that second.
Flavor your meal. That's not all.
Would you like me to flavor this visceral that you have in front of you?
It's tasty.
So instead of
Chaos has flavors.
well, they're gone now. So
You got nards too. Wait, still
Not anymore.
your third attack.
okay. Yeah. My third attack. All right. So I'm gonna.
Is it magical?
No, that's right.
Are you magical?
You and Dolby got the pretty.
Yeah. Apparently. Something elvish made would not count as magical, right?
Well, like, what is it?
Barbed elvish arrows.
They might. Get out your bow and
Instead of getting out my tinder box, I would have gotten out my bow
I'll
and
let you go and do a shot.
Your tender bow.
my tinder bow. Okay, so that's weapon skill again.
It's ballistic
That's
skill.
ballistic skill.
It's bullshit.
Made it.
Where'd she hit it?
33.
33.
So
33 is 33.
right in the 33.
You're in the 33 button. Did you shoot it in the poo-poo eye too?
Where'd she hit it?
Right arm. 33.
Yeah.
You can buckle.
Ouch! Ouch!
Ouch!
Your blow strikes your opponent's hand. Superficial flesh wound. The object held is dropped, which is nothing. But it basically sprays through her hand. She looks like, that would go to you.
So now, twang.
Twang. Do your twang. Do your twang. Bow and fire.
No.
All right, you fire off miss. And then it goes back to you. Captain swung and basically did no effect.
20.
20.
Hello.
Whoa. So that's in the head.
Okay. So basically, they'll go pop body.
They'll go potty.
All right. So, sharp weapon. Basically, you decapitate it, and the whole thing like shimmers like a pool, and firstly you're underneath. So, basically, as he cuts its head off, it's like a giant pool of water, three-dimensional pool of blood, and basically you just pie the head, it lets out a scream. And we're gonna roll their toughness again.
Everyone?
Everyone.
I'll get down here in a second.
Got it.
Got it.
Nope.
Oh, yes.
You're deafened. It's so loud.
Okay.
It's just temporary, but you're just deafened. It's kind of like shell shock or that, you know.
Yes.
Okay. And roll one more time.
Wait, no, that. Yes. I'm sorry, yes.
Okay. One roll more time for his other guy.
Oh, for the other guy. Oh. Oh my god, dude.
These are low level characters. So.
No.
So basically, you guys are shell shocked. You can't. It's like that. And basically, you are, and all around you, you were already drenched, but now you guys are completely
Baptized in chaos.
baptized
basically.
in just black blood and goo and gore and just everything floods everything. Everything on the floor washes like a basically a water flood comes in.
Like in The Shining.
Yeah, pretty much splash around orange on the ground. So he actually gets a few mouthfuls because he's on the ground. Looking like blah. You're just.
I'm messing my axe up like, oh shit. Trying to use it like kind of like an umbrella a little bit, but failing horribly.
I'm singing this rough. Yeah, and basically, like the captain slips again, falls on the ground. There's another guard comes in, pukes at the door.
We don't need more liquid, quick.
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. So there's about a foot of water, of blood in there, and it's fully gushing out back into the hallway. And yeah, so you're all just dripping wet like you've been in.
Hey, we're all the same color now.
As you get up, you're all like, oh.
No, I'm not. I just let it drip.
You just float. You actually float further.
Actually, Grim seems pissed, but in more like a Grimm's way.
Yeah.
He just walks out of the room.
All right.
Like,
Well, you get up. You can walk out, slosh out. You can go out the back door if you wish.
I will.
Alright, now you open the door, the water, and the blood kind of whoosh
Me
out
and
to the garden.
Toughness failed his toughness as we were all, as he cut off his head and we were all covered in
Like you just walked out of the ocean, but covered in blood and gore.
Okay.
Orm was on the ground, so you got mouthfuls and
Yeah.
drenched, and the captain fell again. Other guards puked under one doorway, and
blood and puke.
you guys were
And
basically
blood.
she let out with a high pitched squeal when he did that. So you guys are just deafened for a short time.
Got it.
Yeah. So
Well, thanks a lot for killing it. No, didn't say that.
That would have been the only response.
Oh, there we go.
Grim makes his way to the nearest puddle of water.
Oh, there is a well out back.
Yeah, he jumps in it. Like, doesn't even care how deep it is.
That might be pretty far. There's
As long as he's not a chaos fool.
Bring up the water bucket.
Yeah, it's a well, not a pool.
Right.
and you might take a while. There's probably a little pond back there, actually.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll do that. There's a well and a pond. You can go and find.
I'll take the pond. Yeah.
All the fish are floating up here.
Yeah, he's eating.
Yeah. You basically there. Okay. Yeah. You guys are covered in gore. I mean, it just you're like you're
Just
walking
at
down
the
the
whites
ocean.
of our eyes.
Yeah, pretty much. It tastes nasty. It tastes horrible, like rancid meat. It's just
Wade in, pull on clothes, and all this is gonna be worse.
it's
Splash around with, you know,
pretty much your ball. That's bad. And then Brett would be like, well, I mean,
You go walking out.
What happened?
Walk,
what
yeah,
do you?
following you.
Bloody nose.
Better fetch a note, Trev.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to follow him, but I'm going to chant a hymn to Grimnir as I go.
Yeah.
I'm chanting
You
with you.
feel pretty strong, and you know, just go, well, I'm reaching again.
So my silk robe is probably ruined.
It can be cleaned.
Oh,
It can be
okay.
cleaned, but it just right now, you're gonna have to get changed.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. But yeah. So,
That's important.
All right, so now can I
Would you
get out
like
my
to look
tinder
at
box and
tracks?
cigars and just light a cigar?
yeah, you go outside on the cigar. Here's like the captain kind of gets up and checks his other guy, and he's like, "By Sigma, what in God's name?" He helps his guard up. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what happened.
what kind of dark magic was this all shite?
Now, does Dolga get?
You remember that vision.
He's like-
You're still suffering from your madness,
Yeah.
whatever it is right now. But
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, you feel.
oh, by the way, your insanity goes back to 0. So
Oh yeah, I thought it carried over.
no.
Oh yeah.
But you get a
I'll get a new disorder.
you get a disorder. So.
Yeah. Make it out.
We'll roll it up a bit. It's part of the fun, kid.
Dolga get probably just says Rookie. Rookie London.
I thought he was cousin.
Well, he could do it. But then he probably won't say anymore.
Probably want to get out there. You probably want to burn. Yeah, the captain blows the whistle.
Sounds like the one you fill with water, it looks like a bird.
Then like a little like a toenail pops out, and it's like,
Oh. One's like, well, maybe I should look for some tracks outside.
outside.
4 blocks down.
Yeah.
The captain looks. He's like, "Would you like to go upstairs? Would you like to look upstairs?"
Yes, while we're here.
Actually, yeah, she'll be smoking her cigar. And, yeah.
In a bit, it's kind of like thing. They just kind of shake it, you know. So, is that thing gone?
Well, do you know your way upstairs?
Oh, definitely.
We can go and look.
Sorry about the comments.
I'll leave it up.
And the drapes.
The drapes and whatever I may
At least a copy of the drinks, man.
You pretty much got you guys can clean up, and then more guard come.
And fall.
Basically, some Knights of Sigmar come. Yeah.
You just stay outside. You know.
I'm not outside. I'm going upstairs.
Oh,
Well, this is why you're outside smoking. Other guards are coming up and everything else. You guys kind of clean up a little bit, you know. So
Roll around on the ground.
No, there's a pond. And just
The pond and the well.
after he jumped
And a
in,
shower house and a
well, that's okay. It's still
Yep.
still settled.
moisture. Some kind of.
And now we're
Nice.
just pink.
Yeah. If
No,
you-
he has soap.
look like-
He's already he pulled the gun in his sack. He has a bar of soap. He's cleaning up.
Okay.
He'll get the basic viscera off in the pond and go over to the well and start pulling buckets of water out and taking a bath.
All right. But your beard's still going to be stained, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
do you rest you clean up some, or are you just
Crazy
going to
pink.
Yes.
scoop up?
Yeah, we'll clean up.
And by the time
I
you're
will
old,
make sure my act
Gruff
is
has
clean.
soap.
yes, you do that pretty well.
Ooh, yes, I'm glad I got this.
Yeah, there's all the commotion everywhere. There's guards everywhere. There's some Templars. Priests are coming. The wizards are coming back. Yeah, it's just total madness going on right now. In that meantime, you can sneak upstairs while this is all kind of going on. Captain's got everything else. And when you do that, they've all gone upstairs where you guys are cleaning up, like checking the room, make sure there's nothing else in here or anything like that. So there were any other tracks they've been stumbled on, but people went through the whole thing. When you go upstairs, eventually, pretty much you will find kind of her office is the area was in her painting room, which you know, there was a painting she was working on of you two, which is very pretty, and it shows him presenting you an apple in the picture, which is glowing and kind of golden and very unique or something like that. And basically there's some shards through the painting, so it got ruined when the explosion happened. But basically some sort of magic exploded in here and basically blew out everything. There is some blood about. You can roll your perceptions. If you're up, you're looking around the room.
4.
Don't go get probably would. Well, yes.
4.
The dwarves are very astute.
Damn it.
Good enough.
Needed that little demon battle to.
We're operating high flying now, Mike.
Unfortunately, Brent's character's out back. Well, what happened? I don't know. I'll tell you. What did you see? Oh, I got over me. I'll see you upstairs. Yeah, so basically, you notice that she was probably sitting at her art table working on this painting, and basically they came in the room and blew her with this magic. There are like flowers growing out of the woodwork and stuff, so like the magic caused plants to grow or something. And there's basically kind of near where she was at is like this lily, you know, the white lily kind of laying there. It's quite beautiful. There is like a nice scent, which is nice since the last room you were in was very iron smelling. So even for you dwarves, it is nice. So it's kind of like the room got blown apart, but then plants and vines grew in its place, sparsely, but not heavily. But there is a fragrance in the room. And you can see where she was knocked down and slammed, and you can see where there's some blood where she was hit. So obviously she got wounded in this. Looks like she hit her head with that it rolls. Looks like somebody came in the room suddenly, like pushed it open and did this. And they seem to have there's like a blood print near the door. And who rolled a 4? You rolled a 4. What did you roll, Dennis?
I'm sorry, what?
What did you roll?
02.
02.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. All right. Well, both of you guys come in before you come in with your bloody footprints. There is a slight bloody footprint near the door, kind of hidden by the rug. that's moved off the way. And when you see it, it is the same footprint that he saw in the room, that the dark elf footprint.
Oh, the brand
That
found
boot.
on the
Yes, it's the same boot print, but with some blood. Probably from downstairs or whatever, but apparently that's that same dark elf's boot that came up here and did this. So you notice that. And it was kind of hidden by the rug a little bit and the plants, but you were able to, with that greater rolls, you're all like, oh, look at that.
Roll A.
Right there. And all the other people missed it. There is, like I said, this like everything else. You notice though too, there is a safe in the wall, and it is ajar a bit. And you notice that she kept important documents and other items in there, stuff like that. That seems to be emptied completely. Everything's been taken out of it. But she had deeds. She had other family histories. There was like a family recipe for her arts and other magical things and stuff like that. Just some elvish lore and stuff like that. She did have like a magical wand or something like that in there as well. You're not too sure. It came from the wood elves. You're not too sure about it.
Well, she's been cleaned out. They took everything in the safe.
Yep. And apparently they knocked her out, and you can tell too she was drug away. So they took her.
Yeah, somebody physically came in here.
Whoever did
It
that
wasn't
stuff.
just somebody stood outside and put some
Basically,
magic spell.
burst the door open quickly and then cast this magic. With your initiative, it seems like they blew the room apart, knocking her out, taking her, and then the plants grew after the fact. Like that's a second spell. So with your high rolls, you all notice that it's like, well, these plants are not in the same.
Son, these things are not like the other.
They don't seem to mirror the same path as the explosion magic.
Right.
So somebody did that magic after the fact.
Don't forget, that's not dark elvish. I know that. The flowers. Orin will probably go up and maybe try and take one of the flowers.
Do you have identified plants?
No, but he's going to take one so he can have somebody.
You
look
can
at
go ahead and roll your intelligence.
Okay.
You pluck the plant.
You have identified plants yourself? No? Ah, they are very beautiful.
Yeah. He'll take one and kind of wrap it up.
And then there is the lily that grew up where she was at.
Beetlejuice, I mean. He
Does
probably mutters, my brother should be here.
Wait a minute. What do I got to roll to make Raisin realize? Think something.
you think of yourself? I mean, if you're thinking something, you think of it. But unless she has an intelligence of 10, then I would make you roll. You know, like, oh, I think I know the square root of pi.
She actually has a very high intelligence.
I mean, you think of something, you think of something. Unless it's like, oh, I know how to make a tank.
Well, a lily is what you put on a loved one's grave, and these flowers are here as a secondary magic. It's obviously not the same. Didn't you say that your fiance was a magic user?
Yes, he's a member of the Magic College.
So do you think he might have come in here after his mother was taken? Been responsible for these plants and that lily? And maybe he's the one that got into the safe?
Well, she was just taken this morning. He was abducted several days ago.
Weeks.
Maybe he
He's disappeared.
It is to say that he may have gotten away. He might not be imprisoned. I don't know. That's interesting.
Was the safe show signs of being forced open? Or no.
Somebody knew the combination or picked it.
And they forced.
You know that she had a magical key that helped open it, so did have something like that. So
They might have just got the key from her.
did Orin do the swan goddess? Is that her that got that ring?
One goddess.
Remember that one?
I do remember that one. Beetlejuice. Is it what would he have gotten from it?
It was a ring. I have to think he was. Isn't that how he got the ring?
I have a sigil ring of the High Elves. It's enchanted somehow.
Yeah.
I have a ring of elven kind.
Might have been. I remember it was the swan. Remember the swan's
I
got
do remember this swan, but I don't remember if it was an orange or not. It might have been. But those are the only two rings I have written down.
You have a. You remember her symbol was that. Was that?
The white lily.
Yeah.
And what was she?
Goddess of the forest.
Goddess of the forest and stuff. Yeah, it was probably one.
But you're drawn to that, and you do feel like that tingling in this room on that ring. It was the elven.
Yeah, the elven kind.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's like sticks and stuff.
Yes, that's the ring of elven
That
kind.
is right.
Okay, that's where you got it. Okay. So it kind of like
Tingled, and as you look in the room too, it just seems to have that glow in the forest, with light shining through the room, and it just seems calmer to you here.
Okay. Do I know what her name was or what?
Yes, but I don't have it. Like Raphael or something.
Okay. Well, he would ask you, Lindell, if that name sounds familiar to you.
I'm sorry, which name?
Raphael.
Othriel or something.
You know that's the wood goddess, forest goddess that she prayed to. That was her, basically her deity in here.
Her personal deity, wood elf forest goddess.
Yes, I've encountered it. And this ring that I have, he kind of pulls off his glove, and it's like a ring made of wood and sticks moving together. It's reacting whenever I go near that. When I walk into this room, it reacts. I think it's her goddess.
And there's a light shining on the lily.
I'll go over and kind of just touch the lily.
Okay, as you touch the lily, basically the moonbeam, sunbeams are in there. And you can kind of like look back and you can see the room, you know, like you're sitting there, or like it just kind of goes back into the morning light, and basically the moon and the sun is off in the distance. And you can kind of see her, basically her sitting down, leaning back like she's been painting all night. She's like, oh God, it's finished. You know,
Okay.
praise to you. And then basically, as she looks, the door bursts open, and you see this dark elf, and he's in black armor, just black as night, and his skin is like almost a purplish, like you know, like some people have that blotchy skin.
Oh, like the birthmark. Kind of.
Birthmark, but his is like he's white, but he's got this purple blotch across him, and he has very purple eyes.
Okay.
And his hair is raven black and slicked back. He has this basically this black dark elf armor. As he comes in, he just whips his hands and casts a spell, and she's like, goddess, protect me. And as she raises her hands, the safe bursts open, and there's basically this lines go across the room, and she's still thrown back, but it catches her, and she hits her head, and he is knocked backward from the vines, and then it kind of blacks out, and she's kind of like laying there. Then you see, as the sun comes in, quickly you see these two rough humans come in, and one's a real big guy, and the one's a smaller. They're both pretty big, very distinct. One's got a big fat nose, like the alcoholic.
Yeah.
He got leather armor, and he's like, just grab it. And he goes in and basically rips her out of the roots a little bit, and turns and runs out the door. He's like, where's the other one? I don't know, I don't care, just get her and go. And then the other one goes like, I'm grabbing the safe. And he pulls everything out of the safe and like breaks the wand off. It seems like wherever that plant grew from that.
Oh, okay.
So whatever happened, the roots blew that dark elf back out of the room. And then soon after, these two humans came in and grabbed her. Oh,
But we're saying, where's the other?
yeah. I don't know, I don't care, let's get her and go.
Okay. So I'll relay that to everybody. That vision.
And you just seemed cleansed. You don't seem anything you had before, like your ear ringing goes away and everything like that. And then you just have a sense that she is still alive.
Okay.
And you almost roll your willpower.
Yes.
She's south. You can almost sense her south.
Okay.
But it's very vague.
All right.
But she's alive. And she's south.
All right. She's alive and she's south of here, I think.
But
No,
you can see her next to you as you're doing that. Anyway, we'll go into it. But she's like, how have you been, Warren? And it's good to see you again.
I've been better.
What, who, this goddess?
Yeah, nobody else. He's just standing in the sunlight, touching the lily.
Yeah.
And he's kind of mouthing a little bit to himself, and he's like, it's good to see you. It's been long since you've seen something. My followers have gone here.
I will remedy then. What can you tell me about them? Are they safe? Are they in danger?
They are all in danger. All of them. Grave danger.
Do you know where?
They were within this city of men.
They are within the city of men.
Yes, those that still live.
How many left?
I cannot tell, but she still lives. He still lives.
Good.
But they are weak. There is a poison here that have corrupted something beautiful that he was making for her.
I see.
They have corrupted it. They have poisoned it. They have made it horrible. Undo this wrong for me. And I will remember you as you always have helped me before.
I will do that.
Go with my blessing. You feel that light through, and that's when that ringing goes away. And she goes, this house shall be cleansed.
This house is clear.
And you guys are standing there, you kind of like are holding the lily, and it basically there's the light sprinklers on it, and then the roots basically shoot around the house and basically just start running down the hallway and all through the house, and it just basically flowers start growing everywhere. You hear the night, get out of the house, get out of the house. But it basically you just burst through the house, and basically like water cleans out that room, and all the viscera stuff pours out in the body and everything like that. So you basically do that. It's elf magic. It's elf magic.
It's not me.
Yeah, it is you actually.
Yeah, it's I pointed to Dark Elf. Him.
Anyway, if you're in that trance, basically it's kind of like the poison ivy, the roots there.
Yeah.
And basically it water spurs through the thing from the roots and it cleans out the house. And you don't feel this feeling anymore when you're in there either. So yeah, like some of the knights start attacking the roots. And, Dark elf magic.
Dolgoreth will probably just stand back. But
You're okay.
Actually, Dolgoreth twice. Don't. I think that's helping. It's definitely not dark elf magic. That was before.
That was before. This is the
We don't deal in flowers unless they kill elves. Okay.
All right. Pretty much, we're gonna go ahead and we'll stop there and pick it up next time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Good job, Mike.
Guys,
Did you want to do the phobia next time?
we can do it now, but thank you guys, and make sure you join us next week.
Yeah.
We'll do this or something else.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next week, everybody. Don't forget to check out our Linktree.
Yes.
You can see all the links to everything we got, including our YouTube channel, which we list all of our live streams. Good night.
Good night. Ow! Oh, my arm! My arm!
She is alive. He is alive. But some of them maybe not. To the south, here in Altdorf,
And they've corrupted.
Full of darkness and danger, we rode